Harvey, can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, I can hear. Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go, man. Good to have you. Good to have you, man.
You too, bro.
Man, been look, people been asking me where you been for the last few months. I done been cursing so many people. I said, look, man, obviously Harvey to have something going on, man. Y'all got to leave my brother alone. Look, y'all need to start respecting the space of us YouTubers, man. People don't understand we got lives too, and we got
Uh-huh.
stuff we gotta attend to sometimes.
Yeah, and I know there's some people when I went on Rumble, and I had told them, I said, look, I said that's a right wing leaning video channel, and you got to be careful over there, cause ever since Trump got in office this last year, these motherfuckers been making threats on people's lives and shit. You know what I mean?
Right,
And you got to be careful. You got to be real careful who you communicating with, cause you don't necessarily know who you talking to at times,
right.
and
I'll be
everybody be
letting
like,
people.
"Go, I'm
Nah,
sorry,"
go ahead, bro. Nah, go ahead, bro.
and people they be want to know all your information and all. I'm like, nah, y'all, I got to give me some space. Because I told everybody when I was doing the live chats last year, I said, if I can raise some money, I can go to the court and put a lawsuit against YouTube. All I need is about $700, right? But every
Right,
time I get money, some come up. And I understand the economy is bad. That's why I ain't tripping on nobody. You know what I mean? But people going to me do
right,
free comments, chats and stuff. And I don't mind every now and then doing on fan base, but I'm like, okay, at some point I got to pull back. But
right.
if I was on YouTube, I'd still be doing commentaries. But the thing is, it just can't be just the same old people.
Exactly, exactly. I I try to explain to people that too. I'm like, man, look, this shit, we done had to soldier forth to do this. It's been a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that's been done in our commentary for people to be shadow banning you and taking your channel away, and you going through this shit trying to be able to say what you want to say. Meanwhile, you see certain channels saying and doing stuff that you like, hold up, that can't be part
Exactly.
of the guidelines, but they got that complexion for the protection. So
Exactly, because what's that sister that was out here? I can't think of her name right now. Was bashing black guys real bad. They took her channel down. They popped right back up again. And I'm like, ain't that a blip? And
you
then
talking
you got these,
synthetic G.
yeah. And I'm sitting up there, and then you got these white channels like you had. What's old boy the one that got Charlie Kirk before he got killed? He was up on YouTube, and everybody else saying nigga and all this other stuff. And I'm sitting there like, I didn't say none of that stuff. And they took my channel
None of
down,
that
but
stuff.
I thought about why they took it down, what was going on. It was election. And then they need no black men out here like me and you or others out here, trying to hook our people up on some knowledge. Cause a lot of people sitting there now, they're like, oh, they took our rights away. I said, didn't we tell y'all not to fuck around with this election?
No bullshit. No
And then
bullshit.
and
I
then
said it, man.
yeah, and me and you both. I remember that one day me and you was talking, and we was telling everybody like, "Look, man, y'all need to pay attention." Or Kamala is. I said, y'all blew all that crap. Everything that sister then said, it came true,
Yep.
and they still
Everything.
hating on her, and they still hating on her.
The shit that get me, people still saying it still would have been the same thing. I said, now look. Now you just being an idiot. I mean, you were already a moron, but now you being an idiot because not only did she not say she was gonna do any of this shit, she told you that he was gonna do this. And
Mm-hmm.
it's all come to pass, and what you done got out of it is where it was the same thing. No, it wasn't the same thing. Let's just keep it 100. Fucked around, we found out.
Exactly. And the thing is that I don't claim to know everything, but I do study patterns. You know what I mean? And
Right.
I get it. A lot of people are not well versed. A lot of people are not exposed. And I had to catch myself because sometimes even when I say, you know what, I'm coming across, maybe I'm coming across like I told you so a little too much. So I have to pull back. So I had friends and family, telling me, oh, you paranoid. I said, don't you guys remember history? I said, for the last 20 years, they've been leading up to this. I mean, when you think
Mhm.
about a man sitting here, he's still obsessed over Obama. Now, I'm not a big fan of Obama, but Obama didn't do shit like this. You know what I mean? And no way in
At
hell
all.
Vice President Harris would have done this. Israel would never been doing the shit they doing. Israel just blowing up everybody over there. Then we went in Venezuela and took their president out. Now we fucked around with Iran. Now I know you remember when we was kids, like when you turn on the news, it was all talking about the Middle East, Beirut or something. Every
Yep.
president, from Reagan all the way through, no, let me take that back. From Ford all the way through knew not to go there and mess around in that area. They actually thought these motherfuckers ain't had no weapons.
Yeah.
America ain't gonna win this.
Don't nobody want to hear that, Harvey.
No,
Oh, don't nobody want to hear that, bro. Don't
no.
nobody want to hear that. Look, look, we know this, but the Peckerwood, they don't want to hear that. Look, it's about America. Damn it,
Yeah,
we're Americans. We're gonna go over there. We're gonna fight us some damn ragheads. Then,
yeah,
like you said, Harvey, they get over that joint and them bullets flying, they shitting and pissing on themselves.
and pissing himself. That's why I see some of them dudes I see on Facebook or whatever. I be laughing at them.
Mhm.
I said if y'all only knew how they was over there. I mean, we was in a firefight. We gonna die. We gonna die. I'm like, man, shut the fuck up. We over here already. We either going out here on the body bag or we going out here on a plane. I prefer to go out on a plane.
Hey, motherfucker, the way you talking, we all going to body with you screaming like a bitch.
Yeah, man. And then when they go on leave, what gets me when they go on leave, they go AWOL, and by right, they shouldn't be able to do nothing, right? The
Right.
black soldiers going A, if they even attempt to go AWOL, they get back late. And a lot of times it could have been a late flight or something, right?
Yep.
Man, shit. They like, oh, they went AWOL. I'm like, why y'all so worried about the black soldiers, the white soldiers? Y'all got all these different skills. There's one dude, from what I heard, he became a firefighter. I thought, wait a minute, you ain't supposed to be doing that shit. You supposed to be froze out of any government jobs, anything like that, local or federal.
Man, that shit don't affect them at all, Harvey. That shit don't affect them. That half the time they don't even mention it. That's all that
No,
happen. They just don't mention it.
no. And then, hey, Sandra, how you doing? I see that you said, I never thought I would hear your voice again. Hart, please tell me your take on why they keep suing Dr. Cosby. Oh, we're gonna get to all that, trust me.
Yes, we are. Oh, Harvey, do me a favor, man. Put your cash app in the chat for me.
Okay, let me see if I can put it up. Let me see. Connect your YouTube account. No, I don't need that. Let's see. Join the chat. How did I? Let me see. Let me see.
Or
'Cause I
just
don't.
tell it to me. I'll put it in there.
Okay, it's Cash App
Mhm.
$ HL 1974.
All right, guys, there go our cash app in there. We appreciate if y'all look out for us because we do this at our own peril. Now, look.
Because I've been missing. I mean, cut you off. Go ahead, brother. Let me cut you off.
No, I was going to say, Harvey, because our sessions from now on is going to be the I told you so session. Look,
Hey,
that's one of the things I miss. We need somebody that told you so. Sometime I'll be like, I told y'all don't want to listen. So this today, today's show, y'all, is dedicated to our brother Harvey, because he done told you about all these assholes I'm going to talk about today. Go ahead, Harvey.
look, I'm gonna do. I told you so. I told you so. I told
Well,
so.
hmm
Look, let me tell you
so
something. These people, they live in mediocre. These people project on us. Black people have more power than we think. The problem is that we don't use it. We want to save everybody. I don't mean no harm. We need to save ourselves. We need to focus on our community because we got a lot of young brothers and sisters that are coming up, don't respect their history, don't respect their elders, and don't respect themselves. They wait for some malevolent, I hope I'm using that word right, white person to come along. You notice when they
Mm-hmm.
went after the voting rights, you notice the Democrats been pretty quiet. That should be your tell right there.
Well,
If,
you know,
yeah,
look, and then the people that are talking, we wish they shut the fuck up. Hakeem Jeffries is the weakest black man in America. I'm
yes,
still gonna.
yes,
The
yes.
only person weaker than him is Cory Booker.
Oh man, they so compromised. But see, everybody was dissing Reverend Jackson and Minister Farrakhan and them. They were Mr. Farrakhan's the last of the last. You know what I mean? 93
Yep.
years old, he's the last of the last. He didn't warn. You know, it's how prior to that was it October, was it September? Was no October 7. Prior to that, everybody was mentioning Farrakhan. Now you know they don't pull out none of those clips of Farrakhan anymore
Nope.
because he warned everybody if Netanyahu and the folks over there in Israel do what they do. They talk about Hitler, they ain't no different. They killing all the people over there, and he's gonna turn around and try to play victim. Look at Stephen Miller is Jewish. His wife, she ain't Jewish, she's adopted. But what's old girl like the character from the Saw? Laura Loomer. All these
Yeah.
people,
Oh my God.
all of them, they talking all this shit because they didn't cozy up all these rich folk, and they don't. This is the last gasp of white supremacy, at least the old as it is. And the thing is, we didn't set back and allow these people to get away with entirely too much. Now, the thing is, I'm not telling y'all to go vote Republican because they don't like us. But the Democrats are taking advantage of us. They're too busy worried about the illegals. I don't mean no harm. When you stuck your ass in this country, you don't have a say on anything.
Nope.
Here it is.
Not at all.
Our people been here 500 and something years down there, and we've been warning everybody in this country, stop fucking with everybody. Stop messing with everybody. And what did Iran say? Oh, y'all want to play? Let's play. Gas price down there $7 in some places across the country.
What that man say, Harvey? That man said you will be what he say? You will be nostalgic for $4 a gallon gas prices.
Because I'm gonna
He
tell
said
you,
you will be nostalgic.
look, gas when Bush got, I remember when gas used to be like between 89 to about $1.20. That was the highest, right? When Bush
Yep.
got in office, that gas went up. It ain't never went under $2. Ain't never.
Never
So
been
now
back that low again.
never been back. So now we're gonna be paying anywhere between $5 and $7. Watch, they got us by the proverbial balls
Yep.
because America got cocky and you got head stuff. Now me and you was in the military. We know better. He up there talking about we can do this, do that. With what military?
I was about to say, well, who? Do y'all know
Who?
the goobers that are in our military, y'all? Harvey, I was in the Air Force, y'all. We supposed to be the smart ones. I was in there with motherfucking white boys laughing at their own farts. I said, we ain't gonna make it. Motherfuckers was like, Smitty, what you say? I said, man, Slim, if this what the country got to depend on, thank God we got a whole bunch of bombs and shit, because we're not gonna make it with them.
No. Mm-mm. And then you go over to Venezuela and y'all they got cocky. You went in there and took their president out, brought him over here. You took another leader of another country. Look, I can't stand Trump, but you know everybody be having a shit fit if somebody came over and did that to us. You know what I mean? But we
Yep.
don't think about the repercussions because they don't think 9/11 happened because America was fucking around in the Middle East. We ain't learned from 9/11. We ain't learned from the pandemic. Right now, you got that Hunter virus, what they call it, spreading around.
Yeah, the
Oh,
hunter.
yeah,
Or
it's
they trying to make it seem like it's spreading around.
yeah. I'm gonna tell you this right now. My aunt wanted to go invited me on a cruise. Well, I couldn't go because
Oh yeah, I
finally
ain't doing that though. Yeah, I ain't doing no shit like that though.
and I ain't
Nah.
going anywhere. Y'all talk about we want to go to Europe. Yeah, okay, good luck with that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going anywhere because right now we got a target, and then you know the first people they're gonna make examples out of us because they figure we're the strongest. That's why they're going after us systematically. You got these handkerchief head coons out here tap dance for Master Trump and them. Mm-mm. Nah, We saw this.
Yeah.
Me and you was talking about this way back before the election, and everybody
Yep.
thought we was being paranoid. We like, y'all ain't paying attention. Y'all don't realize we don't have the numbers like China. Look how China pumped Trump out the other day.
Well,
I'm telling y'all, we ain't got that military. Trump too busy want to build ballrooms and shit,
and fuck up DC building arcs and shit that we don't want.
painting the reflection. What's that
Pool
pool
blue and shit, doing dumb
shit?
shit. Man, hey, Harvey, downtown DC is fucked up. You can't go nowhere. It's blocked off all over the place. Traffic everywhere, y'all.
Mm,
And
mm.
I wanna, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say this out loud, but I wanna kill one of them white bikers so damn bad riding by in them damn bike lanes they done put in DC. Since they done gentrified DC, Harvey, they done added these bike lanes, right?
Oh, man, you don't want to come to Chicago, man, because shit, they got so many bike lanes, the speed limit
So
and
you
drop.
know what I'm talking about. I want to kill one of these motherfuckers, man.
And
And
they
they
get mad at
always
you.
white people.
Always. They get mad at you because now you got to park, right? In order to park, you got to cross over
Yep.
to the bike lane.
I gotta cross through the bike lane.
They see a big ass SUV and they yelling at me. I said, man, you see me. I said, you better keep patting your ass down the street. Don't let me get out, man. Don't get me started. And now they got so bold, they want to call you nigga all of a sudden. I'm like, man, don't let Trump get y'all motherfuckers fucked up. Because I'm nice, but I ain't that nice.
Yeah, they'll mess around out here. I tell them no. I say, see, you gonna get your ass put up. You ain't gonna one of y'all ain't gonna rest till I make one of y'all a hood ornament. I ain't gonna rest.
I'm
So
a,
look,
I'm a,
Harvey, I'm glad you said handkerchief head, brother. Cause recently, this been the talk of the town.
mm-hmm.
Kevin Hart had a roast,
Oh,
and Cat Williams was there.
mm-hmm.
That should be the whole talk of the roast.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, Harvey, we had a whole bunch of white supremacists hosting the Kevin Hart roast. When somebody called me and told me, "Va, you need to look. The Kevin Hart roast, Cat Williams was there." I said, "For real?" He said, "Yeah, go ahead and look at it." So I look at it. I didn't make it to Cat Williams, Harvey, because Shane Gillis is a white supremacist and Dave Chappelle, you can eat a dick. I don't care that you think he's funny. I don't think he's funny. And then they had Tony Hinchcliffe. And I was like, what the fuck does he have to do with this? And of course, he became the talk of the Kevin Hart roast. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna play this video real quick, and then we're gonna come back, y'all, and we're gonna respond to what we just heard. So now this is Coon and Kevin right here. We y'all know everybody knows Coon and Kevin. Let me get this up here. Let me
I'm
see
still
here.
drunk.
What happened? Come on. Why is it not playing? There you go. It won't play.
That always happens, man, when you want to play something.
Yep. Damn it. Damn it, Tito. Y'all see this? YouTube doing this, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Try again. Let's see. Here we go now. Well, anyway, Kevin Hart basically let the white boy get up there and say that George Floyd is looking up at Kevin Hart from where he is and is very proud of the black community. Cheryl Underwood defended the guy for saying it. Corey Holcomb defended the guy for saying it. But D.L. Hewley and Lil Rel Lowry, that's why I wanted to show you that clip, Harvey. Of all people, they seem to get it. They
Well,
seem to understand it was no place to be talking about George Floyd at the Kevin Hart roast. But one thing I will say about DL Hewley, because I want to go back to you, that I told you so. I don't like that bullshit that DL Hewley did. Has this white Jewish gay dude on there who always playing devil's advocate because he
Mhm.
kept trying to point out that David Lucas wrote the joke. David Lucas wrote the joke. David Lucas is a raccoon. We don't. So what? That's like saying Clarence Thomas struck down the voters' right bill. We don't. We ain't happy with that either. So let me see if I can get the audio at least. If it ain't gonna play our video, maybe it'll play the audio for. Let me see. Let me try one more time. All right, that ain't work. So we're gonna try this.
Relentless jokes with no consequence.
Now, this is Kevin Hart.
I'm still drunk.
Yeah, waking up the morning after or the afternoon after the roast of Kevin Hart on Netflix, Kevin praised all that took part.
Goddamn hard hitting, relentless jokes with no consequence. It's the concept of a roast. You go hard, you go home. Shouts out to every comedian that came on that stage. They all understood the assignment.
Kevin's praise extended to the comic who roasted people who were dead.
Pete, if your father could see how you turned out, he'd be rolling in his rubble.
Tony Hinchcliffe understood the assignment. Relentless as he always is, but funny.
Also laying in bed, Lil Rel Howery, who was invited but couldn't attend, didn't think that Tony stuck to the assignment.
It's one thing to roast the people that's there. It's one thing to roast the people that may be in the audience there. Roasting somebody that, number one, is dead. Number two, that's not there.
The black community is so proud of you right now. George Floyd is looking up at us all, laughing so hard that he can't breathe.
Like Tony Hinchcliffe joke about George Floyd didn't make sense to me. There was no reason to bring George Floyd into this. You know, it just was disgusting. I 100% would have booed that motherfucker and probably walked out.
Now, Cheryl Underwood, who was on stage and was the butt of another Tony joke that I'm going to get into in another segment, that she was on the Don Lemon show on Monday.
I think a lot of people don't like Tony Hinchcliffe, and you shouldn't. Comedy is a taste.
Now, Cheryl didn't really give her opinion on the joke. She just basically said, comedians can tell whatever joke they want. It's up to the audience to decide, if they like it or not.
I understand the audience's feeling of that's not funny, but I tell jokes about.
Why we just can't agree that bringing up George Floyd and the way he did it was just up and not funny and not needed. It wasn't even needed.
Yeah, because why are you telling that joke at the roast of Kevin Hart? Like, what does that have to do with anything? And also, people don't really seem to be picking up on the fact that he's saying that George Floyd is in hell.
George Floyd is looking up at us all, laughing so hard that he can't breathe.
He's looking up. Like Lil Rel Howery said, that's effed up. But yeah, what did you think of Tony Hinchcliffe's George Floyd joke?
So what you think, Harvey?
I'm trying. I've been thinking about this last few days when I heard that joke. God forgive me, but I hope all the motherfuckers. I hope they suffer the same way George did. And I don't give a fuck if they kids, parents, but I'm gonna tell you why I feel this way. We saw that video of George Floyd. He was murdered. Okay, murdered. Y'all saw that man beg for his mom. That man urinated on himself. When he died, his body, his function, he believed himself. He laid in his own urine. You see what I'm saying? That cop looked at the camera. He didn't give a damn because that cop had a history. This day, he like, I don't give a damn. I got away with it before. People came out and protested. Remember I told y'all they didn't go out there and protest for George Floyd. They just wanted to get out the house because a year later, when it came to university, it was crickets. And since then, the people on the right or the extreme right and these self-hating Negroes have been throwing George Floyd under the bus. Y'all do know that man got a daughter, a little girl. I mean, I think he got more than one child, but the baby. They said the little girl's getting bullied at school.
Bullied all the motherfucking time. And then jokes like this keep popping the fuck up.
You don't think that little girl is okay? You did not, look like my cousin was murdered. Everybody saw how my cousin was murdered. You can go pull up the video and see George Floyd begging for his mama and his life leave his body. You don't think that his little girl is traumatized behind that? Number one, they're going to school. You know, kids are cruel. Then she's on the internet hearing adults say this, and then you got a roast. And Kevin Hart, I don't give a fuck what roast. We know how the roast is. Stick to Kevin. Why would you bring up George Floyd? Doing that because he was racist. Because he said, I can get away with saying what I want to say. And then Cheryl Underwood talking about his comedy. They was talking about your husband that committed suicide. And then talking about her looks, how dark she was. First of all, Cheryl, you are a black woman. It's bad enough black women catch hell every day in society based on their looks and shit. Even though women copy black women looks and things, but they sitting there talking about how dark she is and all this other stuff. Now I'm gonna tell you, what's her name? Regina Hall. She didn't laugh. She didn't find that shit.
She ain't find none of it funny. I said, damn, I could tell Gina from DC. I said, she not laughing at none of the shit. And only time she laughed was when Chelsea got up there.
Yeah, because Chelsea turned around and called out hashtag racism. Hell, even Pete Davidson made a joke about, now they didn't like the Charlie Kirk joke. If you know, they watching Piers Morgan, they like, what about Charlie kids? What about George Floyd kids? What about his family?
Right.
Like they talk about my cousin Sonia Massey. Her daddy, I better be quiet. Just last time I saw her dad, right? You can tell this shit still bothering because we was at my aunt's funeral, my great aunt's funeral last January. And we walked up, he's telling me and my aunt what was going on and everything. And even though this motherfucker's in jail, he still get to walk among everybody. His daughter's forever gonna be, you know what I mean? And people making jokes, saying things about her. And then black folk. I'm trying to be respectful to your channel, bro. Because you know I'm holding back a little bit.
Nah, bro, this is the LVC and Harvey, man. We uncensored, man. That's why I don't take no motherfucking money from them. We say what we say. Fuck them.
Well, let me say this. Kevin Hart need his ass whooped. Cheryl Underwood, Corey Holcomb from Chicago. But see, he didn't sow this soul. He didn't go out there and saw these wolf tickets and shit for the last how many years. You know, these motherfuckers. Remember I told you every joke ain't funny? And you know, free speech, there's consequence behind that. Let me make a joke. No, make a joke about a Jewish person. If these comments are so big bad, make a joke about Anne Frank. Make a joke about some Jewish kids. Make a joke about getting almost assassinated.
Whenever it's about our people, it's free speech. But then when it's about their people, it's a bridge too far. Oh, fuck out of here.
Get out of here. And look, make a joke about them young hoes that was going to Epstein, because that's they were. Stop making they was victims. Y'all went up there and tried to make like black women out here or girls out here horn. See, when it comes to black folk, we always got to be the fucking punchline. Right there, every black man in Hollywood. Now, D.L. Hughley of all people, L'Oreal of all people, especially D.L. Hughley, he like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
Right. Even DLC did no, you're not supposed to do this.
You ain't supposed to do that. If I ain't gonna lie, if I was when any of those black guys was there, them rappers or whoever's there, they should have put heads come to the side and beat the shit out of the backstage.
Out of him. Yeah. Look, first of all, Pete Davidson, Slim. First of all, your problem. You let that white man call you wigger. You should have whooped his ass off GP. Second of all, like Dave Chappelle say, man, I'm not convinced Pete Davidson father was his father.
It was obvious if you look at him long enough.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, man. And your dad was not your dad, but still, like, that was the man that raised you. You gonna let them make fun? Look, that's what I'm about to say, y'all. So it's okay to make fun of a man who died in 9/11. We couldn't get away with that shit.
And now these motherfuckers ain't got bold. They making jokes about Dr. King being shot.
Yeah. They are making jokes about a white man who died in 9/11 as a firefighter. For the life, I'm not the biggest Pete Davidson fan, y'all. I don't think that shit is funny or cool.
These
Is it just me, Harvey?
No, I don't find it cool because let me tell you something. Regardless, what I mean, I'm not a fan of Pete Davidson, but the man that raised that was his dad. He lost his life going into a building trying to save other human beings. That's a these motherfuckers just don't care. They want to hide behind freedom of speech. Bullshit. It's things that I don't say. I would never cross that line. I mean, even if I thought it, I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't say it. I keep that shit to myself.
Y'all know how motherfucking
Look how they fired
unfiltered
my former.
I am.
I was a former. Well, he's a colonel now. He just retired. He was a lieutenant when I was in the army. It made national news. When he called out Charlie Kirk, you know, the hypocrisy, how everybody's reacting. Head chef for the Pentagon, they suspended him. And this dude had to erase his whole profile. Some of the guys I served with, they showed, I haven't seen these guys in 20 years. They showed they ass. And I said, I knew these little motherfuckers was nothing but clan around me. Cause not every white person is down with the shit they've been saying. But Charlie Kirk, white folk like, you guys, Charlie Kirk he's like Dr. King. I mean, all this shit this motherfucker is saying about us not having rights, black women not being smart, we should be dead. Y'all put him up on buildings. Even they made a day out of him. They didn't give him a holiday. Now, if people gonna pay honor it? I don't know. They might try to, as long as we got this current administration in there. But y'all honor a dude that went around preaching hate. What did George Floyd do? Alleged he had a counterfeit 20, and that's what cost him his life?
He got killed by a racist system, and somehow that means he's in hell, Harvey.
Man.
Think about it. He got killed by a racist. What this Peckerwood basically said, y'all, is George Floyd is in hell because a racist cracker kneeled on his neck for a fake 20. Huh? So him getting killed, I think he got his one. Again, this proves that they don't believe in that shit either, y'all. If they really believed in it, nobody who believes in any type of God or religion or whatever they say they believe in would think that a fake 20 would get you in hell, not killing a man for a fake 20.
Man, look how they react. They react to the children come out saying they being inappropriately touched. You got this current administration giving cover to motherfuckers that was out there raping children, doing sacrifices, all this shit that everybody want to run away from. But y'all picking on a dead man. Man has been gone 6 years. A man that was begging for his mother. Man said he couldn't breathe, and the cop was dead at the camera. This cop had a history of abusing black folk, and then they try to say, well, he died because of fentanyl. No, but the man knee was on his neck. That's how he died. Eric Garner died in front of us. Sonia Bland, all these people. George Zimmer's walking around. Cal Rittenhouse, all these motherfuckers and got away with it. But I'm going to tell y'all something. We as black folk, we allow this shit. I'm not advocating violence, but how these motherfuckers get away saying and doing shit to us, but if somebody step on your shoe, we shop a whole goddamn block. Are we proving what Kanye West said about about being slaves? People got offended by that, but think about it. We'll do each other dirty. Right now, black folks should have been saying, Kevin, we counsel your ass. Because Kevin gonna run the white folk, but they get tired of his ass. It was black folks that made Kevin Hart. He sat there and laughed. And that shit was not funny, man.
Nah, I gotta get to the community. They've been getting on Kevin ass, and a lot of people been saying that Kevin whitewashed now.
But you know what? People been complaining about Kevin Hart for years. You come out of the woodwork. I'm talking about we need to really slam. We need to start dealing with these Negroes, famous or not, in our community. Like these Negroes on these podcasts are telling black folk, don't vote for Kamala. Now they all silent.
Come on, Killer
They
Mike.
all
Leave
silent.
Killer
Look what the
Mike
Supreme
alone.
Court did. I know it's
Don't do Killer Mike like that. Fuck Killer Mike, big teeth ass. I ain't look. You know what? A buddy of mine called Killer Mike out years ago when he won that Grammy. He said, "Did you see Killer Mike buck dancing? Because them white people gave him an award."
Well, look,
and he sent it to me because we don't watch award shows, and I think he won 2 Grammys or whatever. He was dancing. If you don't know, I said, that nigga do seem extra happy. He said, yeah, that nigga must don't know the streets don't care nothing about that shit.
He was out there talking shit about state. Now, I got my issues with Stacey Abrams. I got my issues with some of these politicians. But you still about Governor Kemp and not killing them, trying to do a redistrict and everything.
Gerrymander and redistrict that shit and get rid of all of the black politicians there.
And I'm sitting there, like Killer Mike talking, we need to come together. Nah, dude, you created this mess. You and so many. What's his name? What's the other name? Tariq Nasheed. All of them did it, man.
Yep.
And I've been watching. I've been watching. Listen, if you listen to them, they keep talking about the we know the Democrats are jacked up, but it's only a 2-party system. You got to go with what you're going to be able to make some changes. See, what problem is we waiting for another Dr. King to come along. That ain't gonna never happen.
That's never gonna happen, and we got to stop listening to Negroes with more money than us, who's gonna sit there and get their white benefactors to take care of them when we the ones in the struggle. We can't let people who ain't struggling with us talk about our struggle.
Charles Barkley can't tell me shit. Shaquille O'Neal can't tell me shit.
Can't
tell me. None of them.
All the niggas can do is tell me jokes, play basketball, be on stupid TV shows I don't watch, and make rap songs that I listened to in the 90s. They are irrelevant right now.
Let me tell you something. Colin Kaepernick is more down with the community. Now, yeah, you know he got a white mama, black daddy, but Colin put it all on the line. Put it all on the line.
I'm about to say about Harvey. People get mad at Colin Kaepernick for having a white mama and a black daddy like it was really something he could do about that.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense. Like he has like I'm gonna be you know, a white mother. They mad because he made a lot of these Negroes look bad.
That's what it is. He running around. He had what? I'm like, well, what the fuck can he do about that?
But he doesn't go around. I never heard Colin disrespect. Never deny his blackness. Just like
never. Colin Kaepernick got a black woman,
and Kamala been doing. Remember when Tavis Mott used to do those forums? People forget she used to be on those things. She'd be lying if she said her mama was an Indian. But her mama, if you never knew her mama was an Indian, like, oh, she like some of the lights. I had a teacher that looked just like Kamala mama, but she got 2 black parents. You know, like people say Vanessa Williams was mixed. She got 2 black parents. Like people saying Terry Crews' wife is mixed. She just a light-skinned Negro.
She just light-skinned. No, she was just really light-skinned. She is like my ex-wife. She had 2 really light-skinned parents. Yeah, because I remember this Spanish dude showed a picture of me, my ex-wife, with my oldest son, and was like, is your wife Puerto Rican? I said, hey, she slapped the shit out you. I said, man, that woman just black. She just got 2 red-ass parents.
Yeah. And then don't forget Dr. Umar Johnson, all silent. And Umar, every which way to win, but 1 minute he's attacking black men, he's attacking black women, he's attacking the whole community. And then, I mean, these people are dangerous. These people dangerous to our community, man. If you don't know something, just say you don't know. Like everyone might know my opinion. Some observe and listen. Sometimes it's best not to always say something, but they didn't think this is going to happen. I kept saying for years, I said they're going to try to take us back to the 1950s. Oh, Harvey, you know what you're talking about. I said, aren't y'all paying attention?
They've been trying to do it since.
I made a shitload of videos. You heard
Harvey. They ain't been paying attention. Harvey, they've been doing this shit since the look. I've been listening. That's why I started listening to your videos when I first came to YouTube. And you was one of the first people I listened to. Because you was one of the people who understood. Since the 80s, they've been doing this. They've been mad at our generation should know if you 50, between 50 and 40, you already know how school done changed where you like, hold on, you don't know who this person is. Ask a kid right now who Carter G. Woodson is and why, and the father of Black history, and see if they don't know that that's the same thing. And then ask yourself, damn, you actually go to Carter G. Woodson and don't know that. This is a real story, I'm telling you.
Yeah. You know why? But you know the thing is, let me tell you something.
You fading out, Harvey. You breaking up a little bit.
I did, right?
There you go.
Oh, don't tell me that. Did you hear me?
There you go. There you go. I can hear you.
Okay. I had black teachers. When I was a little kid, before I started school, my parents used to read to me, right? And they would say, this happened here. Dr. King, we came to Chicago, he lived over here, blah, blah, blah. When I went to school, I had black teachers. There was all women. All my teachers for the first 3 years of school were black teachers. It wasn't until I got to 3rd grade when you started seeing white teachers try to tell us, oh, that didn't happen. I had this one teacher, and she didn't really want to talk about it. But when she did, she wanted to talk about George Washington Carver, Dr. King, and Rosa Parks. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with talking about them. But I said, well, my parents said Dr. King's living on the West Side. Oh, Dr. King, he was a cut, and she called herself. She didn't think that we knew what communism was. And I'm sitting up here, and ever since that time then, I've been seeing non-black people do everything they power to erase our history. But black parents, black aunts, uncles, preachers, we supposed to be saying, nope, this is what your history is. Because for a long time, people thought Malcolm X was bad.
Mm-hmm. Shit, people thought the Black Panther. I remember I got into it with this white girl one time when I was like 32. I ain't scared to tell y'all. I was selling her weed, y'all. So I was selling her weed, and one day she had seen me reading the Black Panther. She's like, LaVar, I didn't know that, didn't they kill white people? I said, where the fuck did you hear that at? I said, as a matter of fact, white people killed all of the Black Panthers. I said, where did you hear that at? Who told you some shit like that? I just thought, I said, has it ever been a day? I said, I'm going to give you a challenge next time you come. I give you a free bag. When has it ever been in the history of America, a recorded history of black people attacking y'all? Man, she never bought a bag from me again.
She knew you was right.
She knew I was right, y'all. Yeah.
Because let me tell you something. There's some white people that I know, especially when I go to the VA. Maybe because the VA they got the TV on CNN, right? But they're supposed to be on Fox or something like that, and they be sitting there, and I sit there. Now since I don't have my service dog no more, I just sit there and don't say anything to anybody. They're like, what do you think about that's what Trump is doing? I said, I have no opinion. You gotta have an opinion. I said, I got it, but I ain't sharing it. You know what I mean? And one guy said, oh, you must be a Democrat. I said, you assume a lot. I'm not a Democrat nor a Republican. I said, people voted what they voted for in 2024. Everybody, they feeling it now. Well, yeah, bills, I kept buying no food. I said, look, I don't have no problem. I still eat comfortably. And my diet really hasn't changed. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Black Native Americans, like me and my aunt was talking about when we eat steak, when they eat steak, we used to eat hamburger. When they eat hamburger, we eat bologna. You see what I'm saying? When they eat bologna, we eat hot dogs or beans. We know how to survive.
Exactly. That's what my brother used to say. That was like, bruh, is it a recession? I was about to say, well, I hear about it on TV. He said, thank you. He said, because I was eating oodles and noodles before this, and I'm eating them now.
Yeah.
How is that a recession?
I'm sitting like, yeah, because we was. Now, don't get me wrong. When you do go to the store, you know it's an increase, but I just live within my budget. You know?
Yeah, that's no bull. I'm like, the same amount gonna go in. Look, and I just look now. I got to really like you if I'm going.
Exactly. Like one of my friends, she said, "Want to go out to dinner?" I said, excuse my language, ladies. Are we fucking? She said, "No."
Right.
I said, "This how about you get in front of your computer and I get in front of my computer and we eat like that and pretend like that." And she started laughing. She thought I was joking. I said, "I'm dead serious."
Damn right. Not that I ain't hanging out just to hang out. Gas costs too much now. If the place we talk about walking distance, I meet you there.
Yeah, and then I live in the burbs, man. I ain't even driving all the way to the north side or west side of Chicago, and I don't even like going to my doctor's appointments now. If they didn't give me mileage, man, I'd be doing all virtual my appointments and shit. You know, I told my doctor, they said, well, you want a virtual or in person? Virtual. And they said, well, the weather's good now. I said, but the gas is too high.
Yeah, but the gas is high. Motherfucker, I ain't coming up there.
Shit. I said,
now, take this easy.
If I gotta do some blood work, go get my eyes checked, my teeth done. Oh yeah, I had to come in for those things. But you just damn questions about what my diet is or give me my
how I'm feeling, I can just tell you that. I'm not driving up there to do that.
And I'm glad you mentioned about the Panthers. It was for the Panthers. They gave breakfast, immunizations, all those things that people use now. It's because of the Panthers. People don't realize that we did so much was coming. And then the Asian community has backstabbed us. The gay community has backstabbed us. The Hispanic community has backstabbed us.
Lord have mercy.
Now, I'm gonna tell you somebody that we need to watch out. That damn Indian community. The rat. They are dangerous.
They the worst. Cause they the darker ones. Look, they so bad. They talk about themselves.
Yeah. That's
the funny thing. When you have 50% of them calling them out, and the other 50% perpetrating the shit. For every Bobby Gender it's a Aziz Ansari or somebody.
I mean, over the Department of the Justice
Cash Patel. Think about it. It's a Cash Patel, but then it's a Hassan Minaj.
Yeah.
For everyone. That's what I said. I said, if you're gonna find an Indian, that motherfucker either whitewash or they know what time it is.
But I'm gonna tell you something. Even Hassan, I know you're talking about. You gotta watch him too, because shit about you don't give a fuck about black folk. See, these motherfuckers. Let me tell you what we did. We thought they was all allies because they were close to skin tone and culture, and they get considered minority. What happened is a lot of motherfuckers are me and your age group now, or a little bit older, and they like, okay, Obama and them let them come into the government, and since then. For the last 17 years, they've been cutting our throats.
You know what? You just mentioned another. I told you so, Harvey. I got to bring up since you just said it. Anna Kasparian.
What did I?
Ku Klux Klaner.
Didn't I tell y'all? Or I've been telling y'all for
telling people forgive. Look, you was the first one pulled my coattail. I was watching the video and you called. I said, "Dang, I knew I wasn't the only one that saw that shit." And I left a comment, and you was like, "You right, brother. But watch some more." She say a lot of little shit. So I started looking. I said, "Man, this bitch racist."
I'm telling
you. And then that one time she finally said she has a problem around black people, talking to black people.
Yeah.
But she like Coleman Hughes, Harvey.
because I mean, let me just be vulgar for a second. She liked the black penis. That's why she married a Latino dude. Remember when she got married, she started, I got a Latin husband, I got a Latin. Remember? Because if y'all go look at her back in the early days, she didn't have a nose job. That the carpet don't match the drapes, if you know what I mean. Go back and look back in the day. That nose is why. She's Armenian. She wants to be seen as a white chick so bad. And the thing is, everybody's playing a clip from the other day. She said, I don't care about race. I said, I told y'all for a decade her and Jink were racist. No, Harvey, you see everybody's racist. I said, I'm from Chicago, man. You grew up in the Midwest, like you from Washington. You know, we know what we know.
Thank you.
We know. Y'all think it's always in the South. No, in the South, no. We already know what's down there. They at least they up front about their shit down south. Up here, they try to be slick and then not be slick at the same time. Because they think they're smarter than you.
Yes, they do.
I told people, another YouTube, I won't say who it was, hooked me up. They was monitoring my channel. Because every time I would talk about something, they would talk about, I'm like, wait a minute. I just said that. And you know how people start using my little phrases and shit? Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting there like, I'm flattered, but I'm not flattered. And when this person said, Harvey, go look at, that's why YouTube changed things. You know how you used to look at the messages? Somebody was seeing your personal, you can look at your messages and everything. You can go see who was sub to you. And they were sub to me. And they was watching a lot of black YouTubers. And I tend to think that they read along with a lot of these other YouTubers are the ones who was trolling us.
That's true. That's true. And look, one time, I'd never forget on my old channel, it was a motherfucker I just could not block. I said, man, this motherfucker got to be from YouTube. I said, y'all, this from YouTube. I'll never forget I said that. I said, y'all, they think I'm stupid. Even YouTube watching me now.
Oh, yeah. Right? It took them a decade to get me off the platform.
Yep.
And they to this day they still can't say why they just said you violated rules. They never told me what I violated because I always been careful. You think I was gonna slip up after a decade on this platform? What it was is that too many straight black men that wasn't out here cooning and buffooning. Because if I was out here calling other black people niggas and hoes all day, I'd still have a channel up.
Yep. And a Kasparian would have invited you on a Young Turks.
Exactly. But I told everybody like, I can't believe Anna Jink is racist. I'm like, y'all shit. If I could get my channel and my old videos pop up and look at the dates, I told y'all all the way back in 2010 that they was racist. 2010. That's when I started doing YouTube commentaries. I said, yo, Jink and Anna racist. Well, how you know, Harvey? Look how she talked about Chris Brown, Kanye West, and Michael Jackson. Go ahead and look how she talked about Bill Cosby. If you're a straight black man in America, the things that she said, you'd have heard them somewhere before. Over and over. But Anna's the type of chick, when nobody around, you want to fuck, then after you fuck, he raped me. He raped me. He made me feel nasty.
Anna give me these vibes, right? I remember it was this Hispanic chick that I knew did not like black men, but she liked this one light-skinned brother named Derek. But Derek wouldn't give her the time of day because he knew what was up, right? He said, this bitch don't like dark-skinned people is what it is. And this bitch don't know half my family dark-skinned. I'm just light-skinned. And I said, no, I could tell too. Anna is one of them people that look like she's uncomfortable around black people.
Oh yeah, she said it.
Yeah.
I was watching this Mexican chick and this white woman I guess it's called the Minority Report, and it was talking about her racism. And the Hispanic chick said Anna said she's not comfortable, and they played the clip saying that she's not comfortable around black people. What did we do to make you uncomfortable? Seriously, what did we do? I want to know what we did to make this woman feel so uncomfortable.
Because she watched the news.
Yeah, and believing them lies and shit. But the irony is, she and her family would even be here if it wasn't for black folk.
Nope.
We need to remind these motherfuckers when they talk all this shit. If it was for black folks getting lynched, bit by dogs, shot, hung, homes blown up, churches blown up, rape, all kinds of things. These motherfuckers for the last 61 years wouldn't be up in this country
at all.
We let these people we let them get away with just smiling off it. Look, I don't think everybody in those groups are bad, so I don't want anybody to think I'm talking in absolutes, because I'm not. But when you see it, you see it. When you hear it. And right now, the black community, yesterday, they was down there with the Edmund Pettus Bridge and everything. Where was all them white folks up in the northern city just doing all them dope kings? Where were they at? See, this is how you tell when motherfuckers are doing the performative or they really don't give a damn. And then you look at the numbers, black folks should be running some of them southern states.
Yep. But they done managed to gerrymander our way out of, even with the numbers we got. Then we keep talking about gerrymandering. We ain't even talking about bullshit ass laws. You got a motherfucker charge. You can't vote. Shit like that.
If that was the case, Trump should have been in run for president.
Thank you. But down south, it's a lot of people with felony charges who cannot vote.
And a lot of them are bullshit charges. They got caught with some weed, or they got a parking ticket, or they didn't pay child support. We in the black community, we need to do what they do. Get to your people when they're young. Don't wait till they're 14, 15 years old, because they're going to sit there and say, wait a minute, look at all that hard work you're doing. What did it get you? Because that's some dude said to me, he said, all that hard work and look what you're doing. And I'm like, whoa, you got me there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I know what it takes to navigate. Me and you, we went through that shit. This group of young brothers and sisters, they're like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Well, I'm sorry, you marching ain't gonna get it no more. I'm gonna tell you how you get it. Stop telling everybody your business, number one. Stop trying to be cool with everybody, number two. Control your money. Control where you spend your money at. If you stop buying all that expensive, cheap shit, they'll change their tune.
Yeah, then organize. Get together with more black people, man. Stop trying to be more like a rich white person and try to figure out what it actually means to be an actual black person. Because, see, that's what I feel like a lot of our youngsters that got away from, Harvey. I look at them, I'm like, what are you? You know what I'm saying? What is that what we are? Is that what you think we came from? Come on, man.
I tell you, but see, the thing is, I don't have any kids, and I may never have them, but I got nieces and nephews. And when I see them doing something, like, I'm not gonna be a hypocrite, but I wouldn't be doing that if I was you. I said, you need to go pick up a book, learn about this. Well, I didn't know about it. That's boring. I said, you need to know your history, because your history is getting rewritten right in front of you. What have we seen the last year? What they've been erasing stuff, don't want you talking about things, taking books. They took Alex Haley out of some library last week.
Tennessee, they took Roots out.
Roots.
Said it made white kids feel bad by not reading. Then don't read the motherfucker.
Don't read the motherfucker. But black kids, we had to sit back and endure, go to schools with Confederate names. We see Confederate statues in parks. People making nigger jokes. But we supposed to take it. So they can't take care of history. I thought they love history. Oh, they don't want that history to be told, because they're afraid they're gonna look at their family like, wait a minute, you're racist. I didn't know this. Look how everybody was taught, Juneteenth, and they tried to profit off of them. We called them out. Then all of a sudden now they hate Juneteenth now, because you couldn't make no profit off. We caught you.
Now it ain't even a real day.
It ain't a real day.
No day is a real day. It's made up. Motherfucker, every day is made up. You stupid motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, like, they like St. Patrick's Day, made up.
It's made up.
Valentine's Day, made up. Christmas,
made up. Right. Easter.
You
Rabbit don't lay. Hey, Harvey. Easter. Rabbit don't lay chicken eggs. Made up.
Made up. Christmas. Jesus born and it was the so-called Middle East, but it's actually Africa. But let's call it what it is.
Right.
But y'all stop Christmas trees and snow and rain did. Made up.
Right.
Only day worth celebrating is your birthday. But when you reach a certain age, you just thankful to be alive. Shit.
You just happy to get. You just happy to see it after that.
Shit.
A cake will kill your ass. So you can't do
Shit.
Harvey.
Man, I'm gonna
Nigga
tell you
eat a
something.
cake.
Like,
Nigga eat a cake, have an epileptic
choke
seizure.
off. Hell yeah. What you put in this cake? I can't eat that.
Yeah.
Shit.
Nigga, I'm just happy to get the years. Nah, you ain't gotta give me no cake. Why? The cake could kill me.
So when you hit your 40s, and now I'm 50 now, I'm a lot close to leaving this stand. You know what I mean?
Yes. Hell yeah.
You can say, what you gonna do on your birthday? I'm thankful I'm alive.
Yeah, be like, thank you. Look, Harvey, be happy we ain't running the Chud the builder.
Oh, yeah. That motherfucker, he's sitting there, he gonna be some. I hope he gonna be somebody bitch.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Yeah.
Now he went around,
Yeah.
everybody knew this motherfucker was antagonizing. Let me tell you how much a coward he was. If you big and bad, why don't you go in the quote unquote hood, as they say, or the ghetto, as they say, and mess one of them brothers about their life?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I want to see how tough you are. Oh, I'll pull out a gun. You chip out, nigga. And then that brother was a veteran. That brother he gave him a warning. He said, I got PTSD. Leave me alone. When a motherfucking veteran tell you to leave us alone, leave us the fuck alone.
Yeah.
That brother
They giving you fair warning. That's why he ain't been arrested. Them motherfuckers trying, and Harvey, let me tell you now. I seen a video in the sentence channel. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Talk about he got sex. The victim got sex with a minor charges. I don't care. That don't got nothing to do with what's happening right now. I don't know what that man did. What that man did in the past ain't got nothing to do with him getting shot by a racist white supremacist.
No.
I don't care. I really don't.
They got nothing to do with it. You went up there, you was fucking with somebody, and he did it on the court property. He was already in trouble because he did a dine and dash. How do you get away with $100-something at a dine? What the fuck did he eat?
Yeah. That's how I said the fuck he ordered. They said 300 and some change, dine and dash. I said, what kind of steak did he get? I said, it's some nice steak joints. I know. They said steak and drink. I said, he must have been paying for the dude that was with him too.
Had to, because we heard how he get down. That sister came out and told her.
Yeah, say, yeah, Chud. Hey, Chud.
Messed up in the fairy dress. And a lot of them cats, if you listen to Epstein stuff, a lot of these cats, see, this what gets me. This is why a lot of gay dudes want to lean to the right, because they think they got protection. Because because what's that one with the glasses? He's a preacher or something, and they said that he's gay as well. But old girl came out and she described everything. She said, "Yeah, you like to take it like this." So now, in these dudes in jail, they got access to the internet. So
they know Chud be pushing mud, huh?
Yeah. What's that scene from the Boondocks? I like you and I want you.
I want you. Now we're gonna do it the easy way or the hard way, Toria. And listen to Toria. Then we're gonna do this the easy way or the hard. Yeah. They about to fleece Chud.
She showed you she wears a strap on. She said, I know how she pegged me. She said she pegged him. I was like, oh my God.
No. Did you hear what she said? She said, and motherfucker, don't act like you was having sex with me. You're lying. She said, I do not have a vagina. I said, oh no.
I'm like, whoa.
Whoa, Shorty, because Shorty little out there in the head. Of course, anybody who will be messing with Chud the Builder will be out there in the head. But Harvey, I gotta go back to something you just said, bro. You know what? I can't say lean. Most of these gay white people are super racist. Look, Chud the Builder, Lindsey Graham.
Yep.
You talk about Benny Johnson, ain't you?
Yep. That's what I was talking
Benny
about.
Johnson. Gay as a jaybird. Who else? What's the Bama on? Mayo Snuffleupagus.
Yeah, Mr. Snuffer Sperm Swallow. Yeah.
Tony Hinchcliffe.
A lot of them. And a lot of them are mad because they want black men. A lot of them want us. That's what it is. And
Go ahead, Tori and George Santos. Yeah.
Thank you. Because they always have about black men and look have black men and black women in sex. I'm like, why y'all worry about when we have sex?
Why y'all worry about us?
I don't be thinking about when they have sex. I'm trying to get myself some. What the fuck I'm worried about? You know what I mean?
But I'm not worried. Hey, I'm worried about my own shit.
Shit. They said
don't worry about somebody else's shit.
And I'm gonna say this to my brothers and sisters out here. Stop letting these motherfuckers rage bait y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all respond. There's this one a Hispanic chick. She tried to pretend like she white, but she's always, the black community do this, the black. Y'all, she ain't white, number one. Cause I saw a video where she had a wig on, a blonde wig and a pink hat. And I'm sitting there like, y'all letting these motherfuckers rage bait y'all. If y'all gonna replay her video, play it from somebody else to copy the video. Don't go to her channel. Don't give them damn money.
Yep. Don't replay them. Replay the channel that this what I do. I go to the black channel that's commenting on it, or the white channel that's against what they say, and use their channel while they talk about it. Don't go straight to their channel. Go to an opposition channel that's talking about it.
Because I can tell they rage baiting now. That's why they stop using the word nigga and calling us chimps. I'm like, where all this come from now? Because even the Hispanics are starting to do that. Because just a year ago, with all the black folks, now they out here talking shit. I'm like, they still coming after your asses.
What's wild is what everybody is getting to see what we've always said. It's a whole industry in hating black people.
Yeah, you make money off of it.
Like, you make money.
If you watch Inside Edition, what do they do? Every time they talk about a white girl, she's beautiful. She's beautiful. When they talk about a black woman or a black girl, you don't hear none of that shit. Listen to the words. Listen to what they don't say. You see what I'm saying? Yes. Look at the image. It's like when you watch TV, if black folks on these cop dramas, we always the bad guy. We always angry. It's playing to stereotypes. Just like Walgreens been closing a bunch of locations down, right? But a lot of people don't know a hedge fund company bought Walgreens, right? Go online. First, they say it must be a high crime area. No, that's not always true. If you go in white neighborhoods, there's more crime in white neighborhoods. It's just that they know not to let the cameras catch them. They know how to keep their shit within their community.
You know who say that where I live at Harvey? My bad to cut you off. I do hear that, but I gotta keep it real, bro. Because where I live at PG County, Maryland, Torian, we in this area. It's mostly black. And you gonna always get some super Sambo nigga in line at the store. Yeah, they done closed the Walgreens. Yeah, because niggas always stealing. I said, well, if that's the case, why the CVS still open? The Shoppers open. The Target open. All the other stores around here open. They just closed.
Yeah, but Walgreens don't want to pay that tax. But see, people need to remember, I don't know if you remember, back in the day, remember Walgreens used to be in like buildings within a building. They was in the middle of the block or something. And somewhere about 1999, they stopped doing what McDonald's did. They stopped buying those buildings, knocking them down, putting them on the corner. That's the first thing they want you to see. Then they wasn't even putting them miles. They put them only blocks away from each other. So they had so many Walgreens on top of each other. But then in the suburban area, people wasn't going. Because you go into the suburban area, because there's two where I live at. And I'm like, ain't nobody going to Walgreens like that in my area like that. But they would not close them down because these white folks would start complaining.
Mm-hmm.
They said, close the ones in the nigger neighborhood. If the niggers got a car, they're traveling. And like you said, CVS is still in the neighborhood because CVS always looks dead. And they still open.
Thank you.
Rite Aid wasn't a whole bunch of Rite Aids up here. But when you sound like, how they stay open?
Yeah, I'm about to say, but they still, it ain't a whole bunch here either, Harvey, but the ones that's open never fucking closed. You had to buy the building before they closed.
Exactly. And then you see certain gas stations, like if you go in certain areas, there's no Speedway. But if you go to like when white folks or the burbs, it's speedways there, like BP. They rebranding. People don't know that BP bought Amoco. Now they change it back over to the Amoco branding. There's a lot of stuff that people ain't paying attention to if you don't know where it originates. Like a lot of people don't realize that KFC, which is under Yum Brands, there's Taco Bell and pizza. A lot of KFCs and pizzas are closed up. Coca-Cola and them have donated money to the right. These companies play these games. They don't want the business in our community. We taking tax dollars out of our neighborhoods going. That's why a bunch of foreigners come in and do what the fuck they want to do to us. Because they figure you ain't got no choice. Look, if I had some money, I would give me some real estate going, and I would open me up like a little mini mart or some type of Walgreens type store. And guess what? If people steal, that's when you get security.
Yeah, you got insurance on that shit. You go get some money. Calm down, tough guy.
You're Walgreens all over the goddamn globe, just about. So we gotta close the locations down over here. And and there's some white neighborhoods. Now I've worked in white neighborhoods. Let me tell you something. They steal more in white neighborhoods than anything.
I know.
I mean, and then they won't. And then if I was in, like you already know, I was in management. Can I get extra this? Can I get extra napkins? Because they ain't got no damn toilet paper. So they take all the napkins on and use to wipe their ass. I already know that trip. Oh, let me get ketchup. Oh, let me get this. Let me get all this.
Oh yeah, those head white dudes that work in them trucks. I already know what you talk about, Harvey. I used to work electrician joint with a white dude there. Well, why the fuck you got all these napkins and shit in here? Man, I had to take a shit one night. I was shit faced outside. Man, need to have napkins. I said, what the, you nasty motherfucker.
Go to them truck stops. Them little kids in the summertime, you walking in them nasty ass bathroom with no shoes on. And I'm like, you walking barefoot and piss and shit. I mean, and there's a lot of they do is projection. And unfortunately, we believe it. We believe like those suburban neighborhoods, the women be turning tricks in them houses. Like, I'm retired. I know what I seen. There's one chick used to live over where I used to live at. As soon as her kids and her husband go to work, kids go to school, you see a bunch of dudes coming out like, that ain't your husband. That ain't your husband. Oh, I heard you screaming. I know how you sound. You know what I mean?
Harvey, why one time, like, I'll never forget this. I was in my early 20s. When I first started doing the moving, we go out to Altoona, Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
So we working for this white lady. And it's this dude over there, and I thought he was the husband the whole time. She finally comes to me one day. Hey, LeVar, I love that man right there. He's been so helpful while my husband's been gone. He's been here just handling everything that a man handles. I'm like, why my boss, the owner of the company, it was a black movie company, his brother come to me and go, LeVar, I love that man. You know what that means? I said, James, I'm trying not to hear that, because if he kill his bitch, I don't want nobody to come talking to me.
I know what you mean, man, because I learned to see it but don't see it, hear it but don't hear it, man.
I said, James, I'm trying to act like I ain't here and see. She said she like you. I said, it's because I'm the youngest here. So she just blabbing and gabbing. I said, but that shit didn't look right. She said, yeah. He said, yeah, because when we got here, he answered the door. I said, damn. I said, I'm glad. I said, see, that's what happened in the military, James. That what? You be overseas and somebody be over your house.
Sitting in your recliner and getting them drinking beer.
No bullshit. Talk about when he coming home. Oh, yeah.
What's her name? Jody. Jody got your girl and your wife legs in the air.
Yeah.
You think about my old neighbor. I moved in. You know, at first they trying to figure out what I do, and they saw me with my ball cap on. They said, "Excuse me, are you a veteran?" And I want to say, "Yeah, I just like wearing this shit." Okay, I said, "Yeah," and she's like, "Oh my gosh, can I shake your hand?" I could have sworn she was having an orgasm while she was talking to me, because she's like, "I never known anybody who was in the military and fought in a war. What was it like?" And she just stared at me. And then when her husband, it's like every time my husband would leave, she would find a way. She would bring me plant soap. I'm like, why is this chick always up under me? And I think her husband realized that one day they moved. I think they live in Tennessee now. And she like, get over here, leave that motherfucker alone. He don't want to talk to you.
Look, why you gotta be a motherfucker?
Yeah, I said, you afraid that before she leave, she gonna give me some ass. She gonna like, I just had to do this before I leave. I never. That's why I be laughing at some of these white women be talking a lot of shit. I don't like black dudes. Oh, we know better.
Harvey, look. One time I'm doing one of my driving joints back in the day. I'm driving all these white women, y'all. And let me tell y'all, in my occupations over the past working with white people, I, they've been intimate jobs like moving or the driving service joint. So I'm driving a white woman. She's like, we're gonna pick up one of my friends. She's kind of a bitch though. She really never has money, but I like to hang out with her. Then she came and talked to her. Then they talked about the other friend before we picked her up. Then talked about the other friend before we picked her up. Then they all got together and talked about another friend that just wouldn't show up that day. And I'm thinking to myself, good God, bitch, if I was her, I wouldn't want to be around none of you bitches either.
But that's why they go out sleep with each other husbands or they kill each other. But if you watch these TV shows, I thought she was my best friend. She was sleeping with my husband. Oh no, she was sleeping with my son. Or I was sleeping with my stepson. It just sort of happened. And that's why I be telling sisters, I said, stop giving them power. Because let me tell you something. And let me, how can I say this? They are more sexually advanced than anybody at a particular age. When they little girls, and you remember when you go on school trips, the little white girls be staring at you while you in line, and they look at you from head to toe, or they do that wave, they wave to you, they do with their fingers. You remember? Because they've been told stay away from black men. And when they get in high school, if there's a black kid on a football or basketball team, oh my gosh, Tyrone, that you get that shot. I just never seen anything like it. Oh, really? Yes, Tyrone, I like you. Come over. Oh, where's your parents at? Oh, my mom is out shop. My dad's still at work. But it's okay. You can come in. Next thing you know, she didn't drop trout. And she, for about a good 2 or 3 months, she taking the pole. And then after a while, somebody say, hey, we saw the black guy going in the house. What is he doing there?
Mm-hmm.
I was tutoring him, and then the parents said, don't bring that black motherfucker in the house or else. And then she gets pregnant. It was Tyrone, wasn't it? Dad, he forced me. Yeah, okay. I've seen it happen.
Shit, they ain't even gotta say he forced me. Dad say they love him, and he'll kill her and him.
Exactly. Like when I was I told the story with my old coworker from KFC.
Yeah.
I never forget that night. I'm in the office putting the paperwork together. Harvey, look. I turned my head. She dropped the pants and panties, and she was a redhead. She was a redhead. And I'm like, what are you doing? I was wondering, me and you, before we go home, I'm like, I got a girlfriend. Well, she won't know, but I would know.
Hey.
And think now, if I was dumb at 17 years old, I probably done the dumb. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But 20-some-year-old man, like,
Nah, Harvey. If you wasn't a stand-up real brother, because look, I can't do that to the 17-year-old. You probably still wouldn't. Because I got partners that was 30-something that did that shit and wonder why I cursed them out. I had a partner who had that happen to him, and he ended up messing with the bride. You know, she ain't never tried nothing on him. All she did was run around, and she was just like you said, a redhead. She went through trying to smash all his friends.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of these women, they go to these jobs when their husband cheating on them. They be talking about. I'm like, she was telling me, my husband cheats on me. I'm like, why are you telling me all this? I'm not a psychiatrist. I don't want to know nothing. You don't never say anything about your personal life. It's my personal life. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't want to be sharing that stuff with you. When I come to work, I'm at work. When I'm at
I'm
home,
at work. Yeah, bitch.
leave
I
me
don't
alone.
want to talk to you.
But the thing is, my life was a living hell. That night when I didn't do anything, she made my life a living hell.
Yeah. I about to say you should have asked for a transfer after that.
And they wouldn't let me transfer until
Dang.
after my son had cancer, and then they
Hmm.
put me to okay, they put me in with a bunch of Hispanics, and if you're the only brother in the store, Hispanics
That ain't gonna work good. No.
because and especially if it's some nice looking Hispanic around, the guys they get y'all to holler at their daughters or their wives because this one Hispanic chick, she was gorgeous, but she was married. They get married young. The dude saw me. That bitch never came back.
Yep.
I already knew.
Yep. And like you said, they like them young. That shit crazy. That shit.
They like
I was
them
like
and
super young.
they get them pregnant or young. Because matter of fact, this girl lied about her age. I said, why? I said she looked kind of young. I said, I know 16, usually 16, 17.
No, Harvey. They be knowing Harvey. I know exactly what. Look, I had one when I worked at a White Flint Mall. Little shorty. I worked there for 4 years. I watched the girl come there from 12 to 16 years old, Harvey.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I saw her as a little kid, her and her best little friend. They would come there with their mother who worked in the food court. So I was working maintenance, so I knew everybody there because I had to come do something there. So I never forget. Her friend was like 15, she was like 14. I was like, man, look, you getting older now. Man, I'm getting old. She laughing and stuff. I said, man, you better not be running around here like your little friend all fast. She said, what? I said, I be seeing her in people's face all smiling. I said, y'all little ass girls. I seen her walk around with a grown ass man with a construction truck. She started laughing. 6 months later, Shorty was pregnant walking around that motherfucker. They
Man,
knew she was a little girl.
he knew the little girl lied. She was 14 years old. I knew she was young, right? And she had like a little crush on me. I used to always when they would come to my office. I
Oh,
would make
she lied to you. Yeah, they
yeah,
lied to you because you
yeah,
black.
yeah. Because I knew. I said, I got a little sister around his age. I know what a kid is when I see it. But she was all up under me, so I used to make sure anytime they came to the office, I had some mail by me. Because once you get accused of something like that, whether you did it or not, you fucked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what transitioned to this whole thing about Bill Cosby and Michael Jackson. They found Bill Cosby guilty over allegation from 50 something years ago. How the fuck do you find somebody guilty for something you have no proof of that allegedly happened 50 something years ago?
All hearsay. No evidence. Just
No evidence. Then poor Michael Jackson. Now I saw that movie twice, right? It was a good movie, right? But
my
now,
son didn't like it. My oldest son, I ain't a Mike fan. My
okay,
oldest son, he didn't like it though. My oldest son went to see it with his mom because they Mike fans. They went to see it. His mom liked it. He didn't like it, and I'm gonna tell you what he said, Harvey. He said it seemed like it was a Joe Jackson bashing fest.
I can say that. Now, if you ignore the Joe Jackson parts, it was a good movie. But I guess they figured they needed a villain. It was a character. It was a character. Joe, they made Joe out. You know how you know those old. I best you know the Superman movie, right? Lex Luthor, right? He's like, I'm gonna put a nuclear bomb and I'm gonna blow up the world, right? That's how
Yeah,
he crops. But other than that, his nephew nailed the part. But
right.
they made Joe Jackson out. But see, I guess they were trying to continue what they did in the miniseries. And
Yeah.
they did make him a character. I'm not gonna lie. They did make him character, but you had to. But I've talked to Tito's son Todd. I don't know if you remember when I
Yeah.
was in Cole.
Yeah,
And,
with Nicole. Yeah.
yeah, and I took up for his grandfather. He told me thank you, and he said because I said you have to understand. Joe Jackson was born 1920 something in Arkansas. Okay, that man
Mm.
realized his boys had a damn talent. Okay, if it wasn't for Joe Jackson, they'd still either be somewhere in Gary, Indiana, Indianapolis, or over here in Chicago somewhere. Michael.
That's what my oldest son said, Harvey. My 30-year-old son said that. He said, I ain't like it, Dad. I said, for real? Now, I ain't go. Y'all got to keep in mind, it's my oldest son. So, of course, I raised him. He been around me. He watched movies. But it kind of was a proud moment that he watched it with my mind and went,
Mm-hmm.
I ain't like it because they was just bashing Joe Jackson. And Harvey, this is what he said. He said, the man made him a millionaire.
Yeah. And people forget when Michael did that last concert, he announced it. He wanted his father around. Now, if Joe Jackson's such a bad guy, why would you want your elderly father watching your back? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Think about that. And there's an interview they never played where Michael said, I get why my father did what he did. It was right around September 11th or just before that, right? And he said, now I got kids, I get it. Like Tito and Marlon, all of them, but Tito and Marlon, they went hard. You criticized their daddy, he'll check you. They would check you. And see, the thing is, and you got a lot of people, they now that movie, there's no movie gonna ever get everything right because nobody know your personal thoughts and shit. A lot of things are gonna be writers' embellishment, but no, the movie. If you take the Joe Jackson part out, the movie was good. But every time Coleman Domingo came up, I feel like, damn, I'm watching a comic book movie, but a bad movie where he's like, Michael, you gotta do this, That's what it felt like. I will agree with that because my sister, oh yeah, you said Black. Oh, I know what you watch. 25 girl. You said this movie's Black. Yeah, I know what kind of movies you watch. I watch them too. But the thing is, other than that, his nephew, that last scene, Michael possessed that young brother. Because if you come on streaming and you watch the end, you'll understand what we're talking about. I think that's what everybody was like, wow. I see this. Now, did he move exactly like Michael? Nobody gonna move exactly like Michael. But Joe Jackson need to get more credit. It's funny, we shit on Joe Jackson, but not the DeBarge fathers. He raped and beat his kids. And you know what I mean? We don't talk about boy father.
Yeah, he really ain't had shit to do with their success.
Yeah. And I guarantee you, every last one of Jackson say, do you rather be the life you got or would you rather be back where you started? I guarantee they pick the life they got.
Look, let me say something for people. As a single dad who raises his two kids. Let me tell y'all something. You know why we hard on our kids as black men? We preparing them for a world that's gonna be hard on them. That's what we gotta do, and we love our kids to the utmost. I know how Joe Jackson felt. Joe Jackson had all them kids. That man went to work every day, worked his ass off to provide for them, and was trying to find a way out for him and his kids. He realized that his kids had talent and was going to figure out a way to capitalize on it to put them in a better situation. And he did it. Why you can't show him as an American success story, I have no idea.
I think the thing is that black men have always been made villain. Black males in general, from being a baby all the way to the day we die. This is why when you watch the news, no matter what a white man does, young or let me say male, young or old, they always gonna get the benefit of the doubt. But we're gonna catch hell more. Like the whole thing with Diddy. Yeah, I'm not agreeing with him in his dysfunctional relationship, but they mean like, oh, he was a freak. But y'all tiptoeing around Epstein. You see what I'm saying?
Look, all them people was grown. All them people was grown. Everybody took a drug, knew they was taking the drug. Really, Diddy went to jail for tricking. He did not go to jail for Cassie. This is the first time a nigga doing 5 years for tricking. They said he flew in prostitutes and paid them. I said, okay, I don't know where the crime is. Well, you ain't supposed to fly in prostitutes. Why not?
You better go arrest Mick Jagger. You better go Springsteen and date what they
Right.
but you better go get a whole bunch of
A
Jerry.
whole bunch. I'm about to say, what the fuck you think is at the Playboy Ranch? A bunch of prostitutes.
And that's why when Bill Martin talk about Bill Cosby, I'm like, dude, you used to go there all the time. If you watch old clips of Entertainment Night, you saw all the motherfuckers that now they talking about who helped the guys he dead. But y'all was fucking everybody. Y'all was like, oh, Cosby. Let me tell you something. If Cosby did any of those things, somebody was like, yo, Bill Cosby, that's when a teenager. Or he raped somebody, they would have destroyed him way.
They then would have said that. But man, I just listened to Wayne Brady Harvey say that he used to see he's the one time he went to the Playboy Ranch, he seen Bill Maher strutting around with 2 black girls.
Yeah, or Bill, that's why Bill Maher, he thought, see, Bill, remember, no, white women wasn't giving Bill Maher ass. Bill Maher only was messing with black women. But what's that porn star, Tiana Trump? She actually told Bill Maher how old she was. And Bill like, why you fucking tell me your age? I don't want to know your age. I just want to fuck you. Remember he used to go around talking about from Kid, was it Kid from Kid and Play? Yeah, me and Kid, we hang out. What it was, Bill, he's that white guy that nobody wanted to be friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
He thought it was cool to be around black. Oh yeah, Sudan. Yeah, he's messing with Sudan. You forget about
there you go.
And now he done made so much money. He said, I don't need you niggers no more. Remember, Bill Maher's Jewish. I'm not speaking absolutes, but what they do, they always glom onto us. Then when they get what they need, they bounce.
Yep.
Let's just keep it real. I'm like people keep talking about Bill Cosby and Michael Jackson. And I'm tired of talking about O.J. Simpson because I still say O.J. didn't do it.
He didn't.
He probably walked up on it.
He didn't, Harvey. He didn't walk up on it. And what happened was he didn't pay. That bitch ain't pay that Coke bill. They asked OJ to pay that. They asked OJ pay that Coke bill. OJ was like, "Shit, I ain't got nothing to do with that Coke bill. I ain't got that kind of money. Do what you say." He thought they was playing, and they killed his ass. Killed her ass.
Because to this day, they said they ain't found a murder weapon. I'm like, y'all expect us to be that he killed 2 grown ass adults. Not one of them did it because it was more than one person. What happened? OJ was going over there to see his kids when he came to Chicago. He saw him laying on that ground dead. His footprint stepped in one of those blood. That's how they got part of the blood on footprint. And he got out of there.
He got scared. He got ghosts. He said, "Oh shit."
He said, "You know they're gonna think I'm the one that did it."
You know that? Yeah. The first thing they gonna think it was me. Let me get the fuck up out of here. If I'm in Chicago and they find this, ain't nothing gonna happen.
Exactly. That's for them. They said when he got the cut, they felt that he actually did cut his finger on the glass in the hotel room.
In Chicago, they found the glass. They remembered that.
And then that's why when a lot of people talk about that shit, I said, y'all forget they found a chemical at the crime scene that can only be found in the lab. I said, this is why that's what I'm telling you. I said, if they really want to go back, I said, I challenge each network because you got streaming service, so you can put it on Netflix or whatever. Play the trial from start to finish. And I guarantee people have a different outlook on the trial after they watch it.
Because they don't show the whole trial. All they show is from the perspective that he looks like a liar and he did it. That's the way that they're going to frame it. That's the way, because of course they're in control of the narrative. Now, nowadays, I be arguing with people about that all the time because they still, if you look at that's how you know TV is dying, Harvey. They still tell that joke and it don't get as much response as it used to.
Yeah, because he's dead now, and then they talking about well he's dead. Well, you know what? If he did it, he got away with it. But
he got away with it. It's over with now. Let it go.
At the same time, as many black folks are murdered in this country, y'all focus on this one black dude. That should tell you how this country is racist. This country is. Out of all the murders that have happened, all the heinous crimes. Now we talk about Emmett Till. What the first thing people say? That happened years ago. You should move on. But y'all talking about something that happened 30 years ago. And
hold on. Hey, Harvey, don't they still watch Christopher Walken?
Yeah.
I mean, you old enough to remember. Don't he got blood on his hands? They act like nothing never happened with him and Robert Wagner. That lady just died, and they ain't do nothing about that.
And oh boy, he's what Wagner's what 90 something. Walker's what his 80s now.
80s, yeah.
And and people don't forget about that. That supposedly she was messing around with Christopher Walken and they all had a fight, but she the only one that died and she drank. Man, come on.
She drowned somehow, and the last words is, "You're trying to screw my wife," and this, that, and the third. Yeah.
Natalie Wood.
Natalie Wood. Thank you, y'all.
Everybody know. Like, in long range, when you say with an EDTA, that chemical, of us of a certain age, we remember where we was at in the 90s. I remember that Monday that it happened. She on a Sunday. That Monday, they had him come out to the police department in Chicago. They flew his ass back to Los Angeles. And I remember me and my mother and father said, "Oh, he's fucked." We knew it. We already knew it because we the first one going to be looked as a villain.
I remember when I watched on TV, when I'm watching the game, and they cut showing O.J. Simpson driving away, and I never forget my first reaction. What the fuck are they cutting the game off for this for? I swear to God. I swear to God, I will never forget. I'm sitting there, I'm watching the Knicks. I forgot who the Knicks was playing. I think it was the Knicks in Houston. They show that shit, and I say, they said, "We interrupt this to show you a special bulletin. O.J. Simpson is driving is on a high speed check." I said, "Don't look that high speed. People is running next to him." Then I say, "Why the fuck are we turning from the game to watch this? Why do I care?"
And I'm ready. Spidey said, "Don't forget about the actor who played the villain Money Train." You talk about Robert Blake. He used to be a little
Robert Blake.
Robert Blake. He went to, and I don't think he did it, but they gave him the benefit of the doubt.
He did it. He did it, Harvey. He had GSR and everything. They just let him go.
You know what? Because you're right. I'm thinking about something else. Because her name was Bonnie Blakely.
Bonnie Lee Blakely. They were saying that she was stealing all his money. Basically, they said she deserved to be shot because she was stealing his money.
Because she told that the baby, because the daughter, because she kept playing around, that wasn't his daughter, but it found it was, and blah, 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 blah. And yeah, I'm glad you brought up about Mark Furman. Mark Furman lied. He took the fifth. I never did this. He had a record. And people tend to forget about, see, this is what I'm saying. This is why I keep telling y'all, control y'all dollar, know your history. Why you think this administration been hell-bent on taking stuff out of books, out of library, and removing us from different things? They don't want people to know how hypocritical this country is. They don't want people to know how, but then again, what's going on this last year? You had ICE out here killing people, shooting people in the face. We all see the damn video. They tell us what we saw and what we saw. and you know what? And this is what black folks should have said. We told you.
We told you so. I did the Harvey that day. I said, I told you so. Y'all ain't want to listen. Now they shooting you too.
Shooting you too. And then these white women out here getting talking about these dudes are saying they need to be barefoot and pregnant. They don't want us to be pregnant. They telling y'all to y'all face. And then last week, did Trump say he don't care about American finances? He told y'all.
He damn sure did last week. I don't know, Harvey. That's not what he said. He said he don't think nothing about that. He don't care about that. That's exactly what he said. He don't. Not only don't he care, but he don't even think about it, huh?
Think about it. And people like, I can't believe it. Like, come on, man. I said, the dude been rotten since before me and you was born, dude. Let me tell you something. You know how fucked up you gotta be for the Nixon administration to go after you and your daddy?
To go after you and say, look, that shit you're doing is racist. For Gerald Ford and the Nixon, Nixon launched an investigation with J. Edgar Hoover against you, man.
The Brady Bunch and the Partridge Family was still on primetime television.
Come on, man.
You know,
Gerald Ford convicted you, man.
yeah, and then how do you lose money in a fucking casino?
Hey, Harvey, I say that on Lisa's channel ad nauseum. I get so pissed off with Trump is a businessman. No businessman loses money at a casino where people literally walk in and give you money.
And the machines are set to make you the house always win.
When?
I mean, think about that. The man, the airlines bankrupt. He had an NFL team. He tried to do that. Was it XFL, whatever it was?
No, it was the USFL. Look, Harvey, this is the worst part about that. This proves how bad a businessman he was all the way around. When I hit you with this, the USFL actually worked, Harvey, in '85. When you consider that Steve Young, Reggie White, Doug Williams, Gary Clark from the Redskins, all of them, Jim Kelly, Herschel Walker Coon, all of them was in the USFL. And the USFL was starting to take off. Donald Trump decided he wanted them to go against the NFL after their second year. And they went under because they didn't have the funds to go against them. What ended up happening, all of them players that I named end up Super Bowl champions. Of course, we know Doug Williams, first black man to quarter. But then what about Steve Young? And what about Gary Clark, Reggie White? Guys like that. All these guys came from the USFL. So you had the talent, but you made that one fatal move and killed them. So then, you fucked up there. Then he does this. He sues him, Harvey. He sued the NFL because he had them for trust and trade. Basically, look, you are a monopoly.
Mm-hmm.
And a judge agreed, but gave him $1.
But what gets me is the man filed multiple bankruptcies. The man borrowed money from foreign people, to keep him afloat. The man, everything, and we all knew this back in the 80s, man, into the 90s. Then he took our ass talking about he want to see black kids executed. So when people say, "Oh, he's not racist," I'm like, well, in what earth? You know what I mean? Or he stood next to Don King. Rich people gonna take pictures with rich people.
Yep.
They do. Rich people kiss rich people ass.
Yep.
He should have been nowhere near the White House. And people now they trying to say he got dementia. Look, my father had dementia. That's an insult to people that got dementia. The motherfucker just a moron. He's a narcissist.
Nah, he just stupid. He's just getting old and he's stupid. Yeah, what you think gonna happen with a motherfucker who ain't that smart when he starts slowing down? He gonna get slower. Yeah, it seemed like he got some type of mental disorder. No, this just a dumb motherfucker slowing down.
Exactly. Because let me tell you something. He know how to put his name on shit. He know how to stop shit. He know how
they
to
saying they saying he taking that Viagra, smashing them damn little interns. They saying he doing that.
Yeah, see, and not like when they talk about Biden. Biden wasn't impaired. Biden aged in front of us. He started looking old. He was
old. Yeah.
That's what happened. When you look right now, me and you we're young compared to them, right? We're older, but we're not old. Let me tell you something. In today's world, you got people in their 60s look like they're in their 50s or 40s, especially if you're black and you take care of yourself. Yeah. But the thing is that the man now he shits on himself. He got weak bladder. Because if you look at all the video, people don't even want to stand. I done seen video where people smell it and they frown.
Yeah.
I'm saying because the man, the diet, that all that fast food messed his insides up.
Yeah. And a white dude, the white dude did the breakdown on. He said, "I told you Trump is on uppers. I can tell that he's done uppers. Look, the way that he's breathing. He used to do cocaine a lot back in the day. I can tell."
Yeah. And people forget. And then the man is so tacky. All that fake gold in the White House. I mean, but you know what? But I'm kind of glad Trump is in power. Let me tell you why. He finally put a proof to what we've been saying about mediocre ass white people.
Yep. Y'all, did they fail upward?
It fell upward. And that's the only thing I would ever envy about a white man is that you
Yep,
can be the biggest screw up in the world. You fell upward. We fall. We go down. And we paying for shit that we did when we was kids. You know what I
yep.
mean?
No bullshit. That's the truth. That's the truth.
You see it? I mean, it just that's why when I watched and how everybody was dumping on, I'm not defending R. Kelly. We know R. Kelly was in that video. If you saw it eventually, I saw it by accident because I wasn't stupid enough to go out there and buy that shit. That technically it's child porn.
Yeah, that's what that is. Yeah, that's what I was telling them. I was like, nigga, don't buy no shit like that. That's kiddie porn.
Porn. But the thing is, everybody's making jokes. Jerry Seinfeld was what damn near 40 years old, fuck with a 17-year-old girl that is now his wife. Old boy was in the Green Mile, married a 16-year-old. He was 50 years old. 50. Think about that. Nobody said a blessed thing. Now, I'm not saying they get to do it. We should be able to do it. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, why don't people have that same reaction? Like with the whole thing with Epstein. We all know what Trump said over the years. The man said he would do his own daughter. What kind of man said he was looking at their daughter like that? No, not just the oldest one. Even with the Tiffany, when she was a baby. Oh, she got good legs like her mom. What the fuck says shit like that?
White people, huh?
Exactly.
Nah, you ain't never heard them say no shit like that, huh?
No.
For real, you ain't never been right. Look, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you the most inappropriate joke I ever heard in the history of my life. A white man was saying it about his daughter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, white men always do that. Now, I ain't know that this is a thing. Y'all, look, one day I'm at work and the dude say, yeah, he come to work. They say, hey, John, congratulations. Had a daughter today. He said, yeah. He said, yeah, but I looked at her and I started thinking, one day she's going to be growing up sucking on some guy's dick. I said, huh? That's the first thing you thought about when you looked at your daughter?
Man, look, let me tell you something. If I saw my father ever look at any of my sisters like that, I love my father. I would have whooped his ass.
He just had a baby, y'all. That's what he said, Harvey. And I ain't never heard no shit ever like that. Harvey, I will never forget. I was 22 years old, y'all. I will never forget that. I am 27 years later. I can remember every word like it was yesterday. I said, what?
It messed with your head. It messed with your head.
I said, that's the first thing you thought? I said, man, I said, my son, I just couldn't think of how all of the great things he was going to do and what I wanted to, the stuff for him and all of that. That's the first thing you thought?
I'm tell you this, man. My cut, I got, you know how some people say, that's my second, my third, fourth, whatever. I'm like, what happened was, I got to be careful how I say this because I don't want nobody to know exactly what I'm saying. But just put it like this. I got a cousin, don't live in the area I live in. And this white dude was like, man, that couldn't be my cousin. I said, what do you mean? If that was my cousin, I'd be trying to holler at that. I said, dude, you just said, basically said you would do your own cousin.
Yes, he did.
You said I should do, I'm just thinking about it maybe you feel weird, man.
Yes, he did. Hey, it's shameless motherfuckers like that. But we look, they are the exception, not the rule. We understand though. That's what be getting me. Like that's what used to always boost me about your commentary. You actually would bring the nuance in. Because we understand what people like to act like prudes, like you don't know in your own life. It's certain you knew a R. Kelly motherfucker.
Yeah.
I knew a R. Kelly motherfucker. He could not be around me. I remember one night we outside. I ain't gonna say this brother's name, but the brother that I was with name was Twan. The brother Twan said, hey, look, y'all. There you go, the kitty killer. I said, go ahead, Swan, go ahead. We laugh. Everybody in the neighborhood is laughing, right? He said, kitty killer, you gotta stay the fuck away from me. He said, what you about to do? Go get blow pops and shit to pick up your next girlfriend. Then he looked in the back seat. He said, see, look, you got your jump rope. Look, evidence. He gonna jump double dutch with the girls and get them in his car.
Wow. But you know
I
what?
mean, he was lighting them up.
But you know what? This when I go visit my grandmother. This is years ago. This is like back in the early '80s, and it was always this room. This dude that lived at the end of the block had a thing for little girls, and I know my father said if they ever saw this dude, they would kill this dude. See, back in the day, it was a code with some dudes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you just think like me. I'm 50. Okay, let me. I gotta be careful how I say this because I want to get the wrong idea. If you watch TV now, you see these little girls dancing on the screen. Like, I know that little girl from somewhere, or that young lady. And then when somebody say, "Oh, she was on one of them kids," I'm like, "Wait a minute, I'm doing the math." I said, "No way, she's 20-some years old." You know what I mean? They look like they look grown. Like, what's that little white? It's this little white girl. Well, compared to me, she still got to be about 17, 18. I don't know if you ever watched that show, Young Sheldon.
Oh yeah, that's that Jabari show right there.
Okay,
Yeah.
there's a little white girl or a blonde girl. They used to go. You get Sheldon and like on the show, right? Now when she got on the show, she could have been no more than 8, 9 years old, and maybe years later she come back. I think she was 13, and she was in that Ghostbusters movie, the new movie when she played.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I did see that.
You look at her now, you think she's in her 20s. That girl can be no more than 17, 18. That shit is scary how they sexualize these kids.
Well, Harvey, come on, Harvey. We was growing up. Watch this. You watch how quick you name them. Name the 2 white women they used to sexualize when we was kids. One of them a lesbian now. One of them disappeared. Brooke Shields and Jodie Foster.
Oh, man. People don't know. When we was kids, Brooke Shields, we did them Calvin Klein commercials. Me and you could have been on 3, 4, 5 at that.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm trying to tell people. People don't know. Yeah.
She was a teen. Y'all, she couldn't even drive. Look, if y'all of a certain age, type in Brooke Shields, Calvin Klein, and look how they sexualized her. She was
in a movie 14 years old. They showed her topless, y'all.
The Blue Lagoon with her when that white dude, they was like shipwrecked. I know exactly what you're talking about. And then Jodie Foster, she grew up in front of us. They sexualized her. One of those what's that movie with Robert De Niro?
Yes, the taxi driver jump was yes. And you remember?
Yes. And then,
bro, I'm trying to tell y'all don't even know. Look, I said they turned that woman lesbian. Somebody said, "What you mean?" I said, "Man, when I was a kid, Channel 5 would always show all of those old late 70s movies and all of that. So you'll see Injustice for All. Sometimes you'll see the joint where motherfucker Jim Brown and them broke out of jail. Then you'll see the Jodie Foster movies. Like you said, the joint with the tax. I wake up, I'm looking at, I'm like, that's Jodie. I'm a little older, so I'm like, I think Silence of the Lambs had just came out.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at this joint and I'm like, hold up, this is an older movie. And I'm like, they trying to make her a sex symbol in this movie. Shit, goddamn kid. I knew that then.
But I'm gonna tell you something, Jodie Foster always been kind of suspect. If you go back and watch her when she was on My 3 Sons as a little girl, if you watch her on various TV shows when she did the Bad News. That was Tatum O'Neal. She did another movie.
Bad News Bears, yes.
Was that Tatum O'Neal? No, I think that was Tatum O'Neal.
I thought she was on the Bad News, the movie.
Was that Jodie or Tatum O'Neal? One of
Jodie was on Bad News Bears.
Because I remember they tried to sexualize Tatum O'Neal and Christy. What's the other? Christy McNichol.
Yes. They always try to. They was little kids. Now we learning now about all these documentaries is coming out. They ain't never spoke up, but we know what happened to them.
It was Tatum O'Neal that did Bad News Bears. Jodie Foster did Freaky Friday. They did the original.
I thought Jodie Foster was in Bad News Bears.
It was two blonde girls, and they was around the same age around that time. Remember Freaky Friday with Foster? You can tell
the original one. Yeah,
she was butch. Yeah, you can tell.
That's what it was.
You can see it. I ain't gonna lie. Jodie Foster. I'm gonna tell you the one movie that I thought that she was straight. When she did that movie, when she got raped in the bar,
movie,
you know what I'm talking about. It was, I can't think of the movie. She got a cat. She got.
God damn it, I do know what you're talking about. What's the name of that joint? That's her first Academy. Then she disappeared on it.
That's when they stopped looking at her as a child actor. Remember, they used to call her a child actor. They're accused.
Yeah.
Talking to her. Thank you. Oh yeah, look at that did with Megan Fox. Megan Fox.
Yeah.
She did her. Natalie Portman was 12 years old when she did The Professional. I remember that.
Yeah. And they sexualized her. Leon, with Leon, they did. I was like, nah, I said this shit is inappropriate.
He get accused of being a child, being messing with kids too.
Yeah. That shit is inappropriate.
What's the name? Gerard
Depardieu.
He got accused of all these motherfuckers, and then what's old girl that Anthony Bourdain used to mess with? She messed with that. Well, he's a man now. Remember he did the Star Trek reboot, the one that played the young at the beginning of the movie. She slept with him when he was 12 years old.
Damn.
They sexualized Scarlett Johansson. That's why she out here defending Woody Allen. I'm like, really?
Yeah. They got them motherfuckers brainwashed. They got them brainwashed.
I remember when they was talking about Punky Bruce Slave Moonfrog. Remember she got the big boobs and then she breast reduction. You had grown ass men talking about, because when you think of Punky Bruce, you think of Punky Power, puberty in her ass.
Punky was trying to get rid of them jumps. She said I was getting too much attention with them big old bazookas.
Yeah. See, a lot of y'all, that's why when the Me Too movement started, I'm like, these motherfuckers full of shit. Cause Alyssa Milano was out there posing and stuff, and all of them, like, I take it like this. I like when the guy get all creamy on me. We know what you're talking about.
See?
Shoot. And Demi Moore was kissing, from General Hospital. Thank you. No, it's video of Demi Moore kissing that boy on the lips.
I'm about to say it's video of that. But
video.
they always do that. All of them do that.
Oh, the girlfriend.
Remember what's her name? Broke into a damn bar mitzvah and started kissing a little 14-year-old boy.
Yeah, on General Hospital. That's back when she was on General Hospital with John Stamos and them. And then girl Pippa Palmer, she do porn. Yeah, she talented. I give her that.
That's because they trying to That's because they been for years trying to normalize that bullshit. They've been trying to get you to be decent. They trying to get you with that love is love bullshit.
Like you remember they was talking about the Olsen twins. Oh, we can't wait till you're 18. What the fuck?
Right.
That shit like that.
Nah, but Harvey. Not only was they saying that, I don't think people understand. If they our age, they understand. If you younger, they were saying that about 6-year-olds.
Yes. And
they wasn't saying that like they was 16, 15, 14. Wait till they get 18. No. They were saying that when they was 6.
Yes, I remember when people forget Full House. I forget what was that, 95? Was it 95? I think it was 95. And I remember when they was talking about, they're gonna be cute when they get 18. Who says shit like that? It's one thing to say they're gonna grow up to be beautiful little young ladies, but it's true. Because they look like drug addicts.
They look like cuz again, what they went through, look, motherfuckers been preying on them kids, and man,
that's
we
why
don't keep it a buck.
That's why they want to do Hollywood.
Exactly. They don't want to talk about it. They all dope heads. Why they all dope heads, y'all? And they made all this money because they done been ran through, ran over, used, abused, and they don't get reused. Every token gets spent in Hollywood. We done seen it all.
And you know that boy, when Demi kissed that boy from General Hospital, y'all need to remember, old boy that played Luke on General Hospital, he just died back the same day Ryder died. Well, when they played Laura, you know that she was a teenager, and old boy was well in his late 20s.
See,
and today, and people they had to address it at some point, and people need to understand that she was a kid. And he was a grown ass man. They was kissing, having love scenes, even though there was no clothes taken off. But still, when you go back and look at that, like, okay, this white dude with a perm that you knew.
But hold up. Harvey, Paul Walker, it was proven that she was 17.
Around his daughter age. how they sexualize Lindsay Lohan.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I thought something like that, I would have kept that shit to myself. Look how they looked at the Tia and Tamara. Oh yeah,
Yep.
we'll fuck with those twins. That's why when people say, "Oh, I had a crush on you," and they say, "Wait a minute, how old were you when
How
you was
old were you? Yeah, motherfuckers know. I was supposed to have a crush on them. They was close to my age.
Yeah, my age. If we said we had, but now it's weird saying it today because the show went out, but like you was 10 years old. Yeah, I thought y'all was cute on this show. Wait a minute, how old are you now? You know what I mean?
Right.
You keep that shit like now when you're a little boy. I ain't gonna lie. I remember my crush, and y'all like crucified me for it. But the Marshall from the Brady Bunch. Obviously, you watch that every day.
But I'm saying, but that's TV though. That again, when we was younger, that's how they introduced you. Because what introduced me was Wonder Woman.
And as you got older, you realized more and more why you like Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I was like, she was half naked, running around with titties bouncing around.
She had no ass, but she had it. Oh God, man.
I ain't cared nothing about that bracelet when she did them flips. Fuck that. Go get them Wonder Woman.
And I mean, let me tell you something. What's in the Border Free Boys? That's what I knew. I like women.
Right.
So Kim Fields, I got a type. Every female I've tried to date or been chasing, I've been chasing after Kim Fields. And if you pay attention to facts, not the first 2 years of Facts of Life, but when she had the little bob haircut, that's when I really know it's Kim Fields for obvious reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna tell you, old girl from Different Strokes, the one that played the sister, they sexualized her because even Todd Bridges was talking about how it was. If you watch the first season,
they was raping that girl to the point. That's how I know what's happening to these girls.
Yeah, that's
what they did to Dana Plato was ridiculous.
And they talked about it. They talked about it so bad because she was afraid she was gonna say something.
Mm-hmm.
And Phil says in episode Arsenio Hall, she said. Arsenio even said, "Damn, girl, you grew up to be fine," and everybody was clapping. And they talk about that when they changed, when she's on Facts of Life, the men would be walking above them while they was changing that little girls. And I'm sitting up there. That's why a lot of them are messed up in the head. But Thelma, every black boy at some point had a crush on Thelma and Pam Grier.
Yeah, Thelma and Pam Grier.
I can tell you, the first time I saw not the edit version that aired on TV. I actually saw a Pam Grier movie. I was like, oh my God.
Nope, my crush was Penny. I was always in the girls close to my age.
I like Janet Jackson when she became Charlene on Different Strokes.
Yeah, I wanted to fight Willis. I want to whoop Willis' ass. Willis running there with my Charlene.
She's your girlfriend.
Hey,
Willis. Go look at Pam Grier back in the day. Pam Grier, let me tell you, if America wasn't racist, Pam Grier would be up there. They'd be talking about Pam Grier like talking about Marilyn Monroe. Just
they ain't want sisters. Sisters couldn't do. Sisters wasn't allowed to look good, Harvey.
No.
Y'all, look, that sounds fucked up with what I'm saying, y'all. But you know, sisters wasn't allowed to look good till after 1992, y'all. Yeah. Y'all wasn't allowed to look good. Y'all wasn't even allowed to look good doing Babies Got Back. You just had to have a big butt.
And what gets me is how now, I mean, the beauty is the eye of the beholder, but everybody swooping down Lisa Bonet was fine. I never saw it. To this day, I still don't see it.
She was cute, but you know what? I liked all the different world girls better than her.
I ain't gonna lie. Let me tell you
I like every other different world girl better than her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I had a thing with what's her name? Freddie. I had a thing for Kim. I had a thing. What's over you talking Lance?
Jaleesa. I like Jaleesa. I like Whitley. I like Jersey. I like everybody. She ended up like, I was like, she cool, but like if I wanted to pick a girlfriend, it'd be all the other girls.
Like all the sisters on Living Single. Come on. Even Queen.
I think what it was this. This what it was, huh? It's cause Rudy was too young.
He was too young.
So in that house, and Sandra seemed too much like a white girl. She just seemed like somebody who was not their kid. Was that just me?
It was.
coming up.
Let me tell you why. Because a lot of people don't know that Sandra and Felicia was only 10 years apart in age.
Damn. See,
That's
so
why
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I never.
it
Yeah, they
don't.
never seemed like that was their kid.
They seem more like sisters because I used to watch it because remember the first episode, Sandra wasn't even in the show. They
Yo, yeah,
because Denise was supposed to be the oldest daughter.
yeah.
And what happened was they wanted to make it more like Cosby's family. So they put the oldest daughter in because they wanted to talk about the college stuff. Because eventually, before they did the work, they wanted to spin her and Elvin off into the show. Because remember, Elvin, he used to break out style. He used to come and be chauvinist. Because those are the funny episodes.
Yeah, him and motherfucker. I don't know why off the break out the blue the other day I was thinking about his character had chauvinist views and Bud had chauvinist views.
Peter, little white boy Peter didn't say shit.
Yep.
And what happened was they said, "No, we can't make a show about him." So, but they didn't expect Lisa Bonet. Lisa Bonet became popular among white boys more than anything. A lot of people forget that.
That's what it was.
I'm telling you, I remember going to the supermarket. Lisa Bonet just wasn't on a black teen magazine; she was on white teen magazines, and that's how I knew. Because if you look how white guys talk about Lisa Bonet today. Oh man, I had a crush on her. I'm like, really? Why you think that movie?
And that's what I'm saying. You think about Rudy was too young. Tempest wasn't really. I don't know what it was about Tempest. And you think about it,
it wasn't there. It wasn't there.
Right. So basically, she was the cutest Cosby kid, is what it was.
Yeah.
So that's where that came from. Then when she got put on Different World around a bunch of other different sisters, she was not the cutest girl no more. She had lost that. That's why when she did that movie with Robert De Niro, she did that. People was like, why she do that? I said, because she lost her pretty luster. Her pretty luster is on the Cosby Show. Different World, she's not pretty no more. Now she's just Denise.
Let's keep it Dawn. What's old girl? What's her name?
Dawn Lewis.
Dawn Lewis. And what's the white girl? I thought now she's Italian, but I just thought she
Oh
was.
yeah, Annabella Sciorra.
Not that. What's her name? She was in the Spider-Man movie. She played.
No, that ain't Annabella Sciorra. Damn, I know who you talk about. But yeah. Yeah.
I thought she was
Marisa Tomei. Marisa Tomei. Thank you, y'all.
I thought she was just a light-skinned sister till somebody like, okay, I get it. So okay, it's some black in there. But everybody else, go look at the image of those two nests of Lisa Bonet. They outlook Lisa Bonet. And then when you brought over to play Kimberly, Cree Summers, and then any other sister after that, Lisa Bonet, that's why people still watch Different World. That proved that they wasn't looking at Lisa Bonet no more.
Yeah, they wasn't looking at Lisa Bonet. People still was. After she left, the show blew up. That was the weird thing about A Different World. When Denise left, nobody cared.
Nobody cared. That proves that nobody was watching Different World for her, because everybody's watching it for everybody else. Because
everybody started liking Whitley and Dwayne and all of that.
Now, Jasmine, gosh, the first season, I thought Jasmine looked, that's when she had meatball balls. She started losing all that weight.
Yeah.
She didn't look that good. So it was Kimberly Reese, Cree, and Jaleesa. And what's the other ones that always talk about? The one that the episode when she was getting beat up by her boyfriend. I forget her name. You know when they the one that been on them, but she was like a little bit part, and then they raised her to the last year. Made a series regular. I can't think of that sister name.
I know you're talking about too. Yeah.
One from the Cosby Show when everybody's wearing the Halle Berry haircut.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then the other dark skinned sister who used to be she was the ditzy one.
Yeah. And they called me a digit hoe. You remember that?
Yeah.
You'll do anything for a digit. Something I forgot how it went. But my thing is, like today, every time I find Lisa Bonet, they talk about her daughter. I'm like, I don't see it. Now the reason why I don't see Lisa Bonet's daughter is because in my head, she still was pregnant with that. You know what I mean? Even though she's an old ass woman, I just don't see
it. I mean, Lisa Bonet. I don't know. I mean, she was one of them. You know they had them 15 minutes of fame, cute women too, Harvey, when we was young.
Yeah.
It
I
was a
think,
woman that was cute for 15 minutes. You was like, dang, she was the shit. Then she just fell off the earth.
yeah, because to this day, people still talk about old girl Velma from Good Times, and she damn near 80 years old.
Yeah, I'm about to say, now see, that's longevity. Cute. Nah, like who else was cute for 15 minutes? They did that too. Daryl Hannah.
Yeah,
Remember
yeah,
Daryl Hannah?
Hannah, and yeah. When she did
Yeah.
Splash, she did that. That's all everybody talking about. 1984, 85 Splash.
I'm about to, and yeah, that's it. And what's the other one she did? Yeah. And then like they went, okay, that's no, she's not that pretty.
Now back in the way that Kathleen Turner when she did
Yeah.
Romantic Stone, but now she said she always got a cigarette. I'm Kathleen Turner.
Them on some what? Nah, yep, that's the look, that's the patented white woman cigarette voice. All of them get that. Hey, yeah, how you want to do? My name's Charlene. God damn.
He started sounding like that when she got older.
Did you eat the cigarettes?
Man, let me tell you something, man. Back in the day, man, if you go look at them TV shows or movies, all they did was have cigarettes around them.
That's true.
That's all they did. That shit. Lucy, when she got older, she said, hey, Ricky. Lucy, Ricky. I'm telling you.
Terrell, they talk about Terrell Hicks. That was a fine chocolate sister. I was mad they put her in that motherfucker Bronx Tale jump with her. Talk about I like Italians. Bitch, what you mean? No, you like brothers.
That sister haven't aged, man. That sister still looks the same. The dude,
Yeah.
he look older than her.
What you expect? All that motherfucker beautiful melanin she had.
And then what's her name? Regina Hall. We were just talking about her.
Yeah.
She's 56 years old.
Yeah, she from the city, huh? She from here. Yeah, she ain't Asian. She ain't Asian. She look like some of my aunties. I said, yeah, she ain't gonna lose it for a while.
But I want y'all sisters that listen to me and LeVar talking about. We talking about black women. Now, one time have we praised any white women? If we see a nice looking white woman, we'll say it. But we looking at our sisters. Don't ever get it twisted. Black men do not like our women. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
I'm about to say, yeah, look, all of that. That's what pissed me off when people try that gender war shit amongst black people. First of all, don't nobody love black women more than black men. Everybody know that. Just like black men know that don't nobody love black men more than black women.
Exactly.
And the only people who don't understand that are misguided fools, and we not talking to or about them right now.
Exactly. And see, the thing is, everybody think we got the Tiger Woods, Clarence Thomas mindset. You know what I mean? Those brothers hate themselves.
I'm about to say, they look. Why do they pick the Negroes who excommunicate themselves from Negroes? Why are you picking black people who get away from other black people as an example of how black people act? No.
Exactly. And I never understood that. It's like, now, let me tell you something. If I see a brother and sister step outside the community, it usually is based on who they're around at that moment. And you love who you love. But if you start slamming your own people, then yeah, you got self-hate issues. You see what I'm saying? See, I'm not trying to get in nobody relationships, you know what I mean? Because it's hard maintaining my own, you know what I mean?
Right.
But the thing, I would never bash a black woman to elevate another group of women. I would never do. Oh yeah, Connie Selica. Yeah, I gotta agree with you. She was a nice little white woman back in the day.
Oh yeah, I remember her, but she's a brunette. She don't count.
Yeah, dark hair. Yeah, you know.
Connie stayed natural. Connie understood what she was and who she was. That's why she looked good for a white woman. She damn sure did.
But when you look at that last name and stuff, a lot of these dark haired women, like what's the old girl from Three's Company, the one that played Janet? She, you know, I did not know LeVar Burton and her dating each other. They almost got married.
See,
but her parents told her they would disown her, and the thing is, she never got married, never had no kids. They didn't want. They told her they would disown her, and I thought she was that racist ass Suzanne Summers. I never understood her appeal.
Yeah, with that big ass nose.
Yeah, like that laugh. She said,
and her teeth was fucked up.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if you talk to any man, black or white, they would tell you Joyce DeWitt was a badass back in the day.
Yep.
I never understand Farrah Fawcett or Suzanne Summers' appeal. I never got it. They talked, and you know why they never talked about Linda Carter the way they talked about Suzanne Summers and Farrah Fawcett? Because they knew Linda Carter was a Latina.
I'm about to say Linda Carter had ethnicity.
Yeah. Everybody thought she white. Even when I was a kid, I knew she wasn't a white chick.
Yeah, she had too much complexion when you looked at her. Especially you knew something was different.
Yeah, if you watched that first movie, that Wonder Woman, she was a lot heavier. You saw it. They made her lose weight.
Yep. That's like maybe that second or third season, especially that's when it got into fat shaming. She lost her ass, everything.
Yeah.
Y'all, I'm trying to tell y'all, my first crush was Linda Carter. I know because that's when I first started noticing women's shape. I noticed she was not shaped like no other woman that they was trying to show me on TV.
Because I'm going to tell you something. I know, and this is something, if y'all got sons and ladies, and y'all might agree with me on this. When we little boys, we grab our, what the first thing we grab from our mama? Their breasts, right? Because it's comfort, right? Black dudes, when we start noticing girls or hit puberty, we looking at the booties.
Yep.
At a certain point, we stop. We don't look at it like that. Now, who looks at it like that are white guys. They never stop obsessing over the booties. It's something because it's something that I forget what the doctor said, but think about it. Those black guys, we move on from the movies. We don't never just talk about women breasts like that.
Yep.
We don't do that.
Yep.
Our hips, our rear, and what's between that.
And what's wild, the women that know me know I'm a breast man. But even I be like, damn. Like what? I be like, seriously, now you just gotta have an out of control rack for me to go notice that first. But normally, yeah, that's what
Yeah. Oh yeah. Any man watch. No, okay. There's two type of men. You got the gay dude that watch cause they just fall into the female superhero. But any boy that sat in front of the TV, who laid on the floor and crossed his legs looking at Wonder Woman, and especially if she changed and started running, especially in the later seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, you knew it. And I
don't know what it is. I think, yeah.
Man, that's
why I used to think all them other white women. I used to think Princess Leia was ugly. I was right. I used to think motherfucker Lois Lane was ugly. I was right. I didn't seriously.
Yeah. Oh, you talking about the one with Christopher Reeve? I never saw it. I swear to God. That's why I said Christopher Reeve is a damn good actor, man. Because I'm like, I don't see it.
Right. I was about to say she looked worse than Christopher Reeve, and he had to act like she was. Hey, look, y'all. I don't know what the fuck was up with Richard Pryor. Don't nobody like to talk about his self-hate issues, but he married that bitch.
They messing with each other. They was doing drugs with each other. They used to date each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. We old enough to remember this shit.
Yeah, we remember all that shit. That bitch always had that dried up, sucked in face. I was like, man, what is cute about this white bitch to these people?
Because he stopped messing with her right around when Superman 3 came. When they did Superman 3, when she stopped, you can tell she lost all kind of drugs. If you watch Superman 3, you can tell she's coked up.
Yeah, they was both twisted.
Yeah, she had lost it. If you watch Superman 2, you can tell it was two movies put together. You can see it when she was doing drugs. At the beginning of Superman 3, you can tell the one Richard Pryor, you can tell she was on drugs. You can see it.
She was bony as shit.
But I'm gonna tell you, now I tell you a white chick that was in Superman 3 that I thought was beautiful, a brunette to the redhead.
Oh yeah.
She all up until Smallville, she was looking really good.
No, you know what? I don't know if it was her haircut, but the real pale white woman in Superman 2, was that it? Was Zod? And
Oh,
them,
yeah, the haircut. Yeah, it was
I
yeah.
think she looked better than Lois.
Yeah, exactly. Because to this day, when I watch Superman, I'm like, I'm still trying to see it. I can't see
Yeah,
it. Well, I never took there's something about redheads. I don't know what it is about some red, like what's her Ron Howard daughter, Bryce Howard.
yeah.
She had for a white chick, she built. I'm like, damn.
But they said there's something genetically about them white people that's closer linked to us.
To us, that's why. That's why. But at the same time, you don't see brothers sweat them like that either. See,
And you know what else? That's the truth, Harvey. And you know what else, Harvey? I noticed about them. White people don't never fuck. Every white person you fuck with says something bad about redhead.
yeah, because most, if you notice, most redheads they're attracted to black people. If they can't find a white person, most redheads because my one that coworker I told you about, the one that put a pant down, I told you she's
The
a
white
redhead.
girl that I was just telling you about with my partner that was trying to smash all his other partners.
I'm telling you, man. See, this is the thing. Nobody talks. See, this is why I would tell people if you want to know about a man, talk to a man. If you want to know about a woman, talk to him. But if we get together and stop this gender war shit, letting people divide us, you'll be surprised because there's nothing wrong with somebody saying or a woman saying they got a thing for George Clooney or whoever the man they like now. That's cool. You're attracted. You're a straight woman. You're gonna get attracted to somebody. Just don't lie about it. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
don't lie. Like Umar jumps about that. Stove buddies. I guarantee you, if a white woman came around, he can get away with
Oh
it.
no, you saw that video when he was rapping to that little white girl in the mall and she
Yeah.
talking about no, I was just asking her what was going on with those flowers. And she's not even white. I was like, well, how did you know all of that if you wasn't rapping to her?
Exactly. See, the ones all that super pro black shit, those are the ones that get you.
Them be the ones you gotta watch, y'all. Cause see, them the ones that's self-conscious about their blackness. I remember this recently happened. A young black dude said he wanted to mess with a white girl. I forgot where I was at, a restaurant. Said, nah, I want me a white girl because all I ever messed with was black girl. I said, well, that's because the Lord loves you, son. It ain't really much. I said, but walk around looking like a science project and waiting for her to yell rape don't sound like a way to live either.
Like, let me tell you something, man. And I know you've experienced it, man. Like, especially at this our age now, white women in the daytime, if you at the supermarket running errands, they flirting with you. They
I'm
coming
about
at
to say, yeah, I'm about to say they flirt, and that's what I told them. I said, for real, they probably flirt with you all the time. You just don't understand that's what they're doing
doing
because
it.
it's
Some of them
weird.
don't have it. Like
Yeah,
they always want to touch your shoulder. It's always, oh my gosh, she's messing. What kind of cologne is that? It's Irish Springs.
yeah. I got on deodorant. I don't even wear cologne. Fuck is you talking about? Seriously, I tell people that I said the white women that flirted with me, I ain't even know. He said, what you mean? I ain't used to that vibe.
And when they do it, I'm too nervous because I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, like hold up, this is set up right here. I swear to God, I know just what you mean. Like, hold the fuck up. This
Hold the
is set
fuck
up.
up.
Right?
It was a ABC shows or something. They like, what would you
Right.
do?
Yeah, all right, where the motherfucking Gray walk out? Is he Gray walk out? The Spanish dude Gray walk out? What were you doing? You know better than me.
Let me tell you something, man. People don't understand. That's why, like, my hear white dude say they don't like black women. Look, you lie. You lie. Because y'all go to the strip clubs. Most white dudes go to black strip clubs. Watch. They do it during the daytime. Those strip clubs open at 12 o'clock. Don't tell me how. Don't ask how I know. I just know.
The
You
dude
try
called.
the parking lot before the car.
Right.
Because I'm like, wait a minute. It's 12 o'clock. You motherfucker. You see a bunch of white dudes come out. Like, I know it's a
White
bunch of
dudes
sisters
coming out in the daytime, Gray, getting their pickup truck.
and head home to wifey.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the porn. look, people, everybody watch porn, but nobody watch more porn than they do. And a lot of that interracial porn, just like with Chud, the Bill or whatever his name, Cat, the Bill, whether he messed with a black woman. It wasn't a white woman doing that to him. It was a black woman doing that.
Exactly. That's how they roll. That's how they look. The dude, what's his name? Paul Lance. He said, my father was a drunk, an alcoholic, beat his wife, cheated on his wife, used to cheat on his wife with a black woman, and then say the N-word all the time.
Yeah.
He said he was a piece of shit.
And you got a lot of these black women you see on TV who work in the news. They got white daddies and black mamas. And first thing they'll say, my daddy said nigger all the time, but he loves me. No, he don't. He loves your mama.
No, he don't.
You just a byproduct.
Your mother was a self-hating, easy access bunny ruckus. And look, your father was a weirdo who couldn't reproduce, who wasn't good enough for a white woman to reproduce with. So he had to use his black fetish as an excuse to reproduce and make you. He didn't care about you. He said nigga all the time because he wanted you to know, look, if you at any point in time accept your blackness over me being your daddy, you're dead to me.
What's that senator that had the black daughter all them years and she never told nobody till after he died? I can't think of that senator's name.
From South Carolina.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And she was just like her, like that man. She respected him enough not to say anything while he was alive. Storm Thurman, there you go. Storm Thurman.
There y'all go.
Now this man said the most vile things about black folk, but she still respected him enough. That's my daddy. She honored that evil ass man.
Because he was abusing her mother. She honored this man. Fuck him.
Some people theorize he was still giving up checks because he paid for a college, and I think he was giving them money for years up until he died. And I think she died maybe 2 or 3 years later. About that.
Because the Lord don't like coons, Harvey.
Nah, Look how what's that? Carol Channing, what's her name? Everybody thought she was white. I'm like, how the fuck y'all thought she was white? I was a kid, I knew something was up with her.
Big as them lips was, Harvey.
Yes.
Come on, Harvey. Carol Channing had big ass lips.
Yeah, look like they thought she was white. And I'm like, I be laughing at TV, but you got people pretending they be passed. I'm like, don't y'all see it? Like Stephen Miller, his wife Judy. Y'all look like she.
Hey, something up with her. I don't know what she is. You just told me she adopted. That's my first time hearing it. And I believe it because she's too dark. I said, what is this?
She too dark. I'm telling y'all, I be sitting there watching people, and this is some. Well, I think a lot of our people lost the ability to tell. Cause a lot of people say, "Oh, they mix." I said, "No, they just light skinned black." Like they were saying, Vanessa Williams was mixed. I'm like, y'all really don't know how a mixed person look. You know what I mean?
Y'all can't see Stephen Miller's wife is when they stand next to each other is glaring. She tried to put on that makeup and try to hide it, but it don't work. She brown, y'all. She Kamala Harris complexion.
Yeah, like girl, when you watch the view, what's the Arab chick? What's her name? Farrah.
Melissa Farrah Gray.
Yeah, one day she was talking about like she was a white woman. Something must have reminded her, and she said, "I'm Arab." I'm like, "Yeah, you don't look like Sarah. You don't look nothing like Sarah. You can tell she's an Arab."
Well, like Dr. Collins say, them imitation whitewash Arabs.
I'm gonna say he kept it real. He didn't care. But you know, one of these days, somebody can make a documentary and point out all the stuff they didn't say it. Like Cheryl Ali, she born back in the 80s what was going to happen to our people. And everybody did.
Dr. Francis Cress Wilson said niggas gonna be wearing dresses. Niggas wearing dresses, huh?
She said it. I was talking shit about her, and she called everything. But see, like I said, those of us who see it, we're gonna make it. It's not no shockers anymore. You know what I mean? We have been there, done that. Everybody else is the ones sitting there like, I just can't believe it. Like I still see people say that it's 2026, and I can't believe it's racing.
That's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life, Harvey. This shit, nothing makes me madder than coming out of a black person's mouth than that right here. It's 2026, and we still then we. Nigga, can you tell me the year that it stopped?
Yeah, I want to know. I want to know what.
Yeah, I want to know that because it's a lot of shit, man. You learn about racism. That was the thing about being 70s born and 80s raised, y'all. They didn't hide the truth from us growing up, y'all, and y'all know it. Mm-hmm. They told us about racism. They never told us the shit ended.
Because we saw, because our parents were baby boomers. They were just, I mean, think about it. When we was born, it wasn't even 10 years when we was born that Dr. King had died. Remember, King was murdered in April of 68. I was born 76. You was what, 77, right? You still there, brother? Uh-oh.
Harvey, can you hear me?
I hear ya.
There we go. My bad. Look, to push your point, man. And then 3 years later, I'm on my father's shoulders in front of the White House protesting Ronald Reagan to give him a holiday, y'all. That's how close to Dr. King's death we really were.
And people need to remember his father was still alive. Dr. King daddy didn't die until 83.
Yep.
I remember when they used to call the HIV the gay man cancer. That was 1980, 81. See, the problem, we see, I remember, see, the thing is, I thank God I was born at the time I was, because we knew what sundown towns were. They didn't have, we already knew. When my parents grew up in Cape Town, they was a few blocks from Cicero, Illinois. We knew at a certain time you got out, you drove through Cicero, you better hope your car never broke down because you would disappear. We knew that.
My father said how he was telling me how he became a plumber after my mom died, because I remember he used to work at a McDonald's, right? Mm-hmm. And what happened? He got a construction job. He just, after my mom died, decided like, man, this McDonald's shit ain't gonna really feed my son. So he went, got a construction job. And he said he did something wrong, and the white dude called him a dumb motherfucker or something like that. He said, "Va, I hit that motherfucker, bang." He said, "Va, that motherfucker hit the ground." He said, "I never forget. The hard hat was spinning in the air. That motherfucker was sliding on the ground." He said, "Va, that motherfucker looked up at me and said, 'You motherfucking nigga, I have your ass swung before you leave Virginia.'" He said, "I realized where the fuck I was." He said, "I jumped in my motherfucking car and I'm speeding back." He said, "On the way speeding back, I needed gas in that big ass 98 that we had." So he stopped at a gas station. It just so happened the company he had first started plumbing for, Baco, was right there with a help wanted sign. So he go in, fill out the thing, get the job, and then get back across the bridge. But that's how he ended up a plumber. Because he was like, "Shit, man, I was way out there, Stafford County, Virginia back then." He said, "Man, that cracker wasn't lying. They would have hung my black ass for hitting a white man like that."
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something. And Spidey, yeah, I did. I remember her on Washington. I remember he ran for office and he won. But nah, I'm gonna tell you, I remember I had to be about 4, maybe 5 years old. It was me, my mother, my father, and my brother that was just at the time. We going out to eat, right? And back, we're still driving. I know, this is like was it 80? This had been like 1988 at the most, maybe 81. And this white guy's coming down Roosevelt Road. You got Chicago on one side, you got Cicero on the other side. I was in lived on Cicero. They made a wide ass turn, and thank God them cars are made of metal back then. It was today. Me and my father been killed. They hit the car and had to yell out the window, "Nigger, nigger."
Oh no.
My father was going to do a U-turn. My mother had to beg him not to do it.
See, I'm about to say, That's the one thing growing up without my mom. I don't got no stories like that. Like all my stories, my father went and did some Superman shit, y'all. my father, mom should have let dad go do that super Harvey. She would have been proud, and you would have, cause I guarantee that man wasn't turning to you to just say nothing back.
Mm-mm.
He knew what he was doing with that shit. See, your mother was scared he was gonna go to jail, but with your
Yeah,
mother ain't have enough
was.
faith. Yeah, she knew he was gonna go to jail. She ain't have enough faith in dad to know dad was gonna pull off a mission. Nobody was never gonna find.
My father was like in his early 30s, right?
Yeah,
Born about 32, maybe 30 at that. And my mother was afraid that because my father, he was still cockstrong, military and everything. And my father, he used to go out in town for the summer. He beat this one dude. He used to beat him up with a chain in Texas.
yep.
That's all the people that came to said, "Yo, daddy was telling you this red neck with a chain." But my father said, he said, "I dealt with that shit in Mississippi." He said, "I be down my kids doing that shit."
See, nah, yeah, they not having that shit, man. I done told this story so many times before. What's up, Justin? Shit, not day, bro. So I told this story to y'all so many times before, the time that my fucking father knocked out the white man for not giving him his money back when he sold him the wrong tickets to the movie. And then the white man had nerve say, "Nigga, I ain't giving you shit." Why he say that to my father? I guess he thought because that was a short. Because this is a tall peck of wood. But my father and my uncles grew up in boxing gym. Man, he hit that man, Harvey, left jab, straight right hand over the top. That man crumbled like a cookie. I will never forget that shit. What's up, bro?
Wow. I'm reading Law Ranger. You said in 1986 we was at a traveling carnival. My big sister got into this white lady. When the police showed up, the white lady started bragging that she was from Cicero. Man, y'all think I'm exaggerating. Cicero was rough. Motherfuckers would come out of Cicero into the Chicago side on the west side. You know how they joke daddy went to the store to get some milk and never came back? Well, we all know where they went. We can never prove it, but we know where they went. They went over in Cicero, and them people killed them, like threw them in the river. And when people tell us that we live in the past, it's not that we live in the past. We try to keep y'all from making mistakes, but keep y'all head on a swivel. Cause I'm telling you, this past year, these motherfuckers got really, really bold with their racism. You said it was the traveling carnival on Manheim and North Avenue. That's North Lake. That's North Lake. My father used to work up at that what's that truck company? What's that? What's the company name of that company? Do the trucks. Shit. Because the Jewels, because North Manheim and North Avenue is over there with the Jewels corporate office at. Yeah. But that's North Lake. My father got fired from over there in the 19th. He walked from North Avenue all the way back over to K-Town. I said, Dad, you walked through North Avenue, you walked from North Lake through Melrose Park, to Elmwood Park, through Austin, to get all the way back over there on 21st Place in Cermak, man, please. Oh, yeah, and you said Martin Luther King said that the most racism he ever experienced when he went to Chicago. Yes. Chicago, I'm telling you, this is why people don't understand. I keep telling everybody, Chicago got a special kind of racism. I mean, bro, I'm not saying places ain't racist.
My bad, y'all. I just met an Asian dude the other day from Chicago. He was on this girl's mayoral campaign. I was down there talking to him. So he just so happened I was talking about how DC got gentrified. He said, "Tell me about it." I live in Chicago. I said, "Well, then you know what the fuck I'm talking about." He said, "Yeah." He said, "They gentrified the black side of this." An Asian dude. Like, they gentrified the black side of Chicago when they already had them segregate.
Yeah. If you go on the west side, now I'm rich from the west side, right? The Austin area. My parents grew up in the Cape Town area. Because the Michael Jordan was all them butts to Chicago in the 90s in high school. Some of my friends went to school at their houses. They got condemned or in the domain, or they caught on fire. Mysterious. Oh, Humber Park. They pushing all the Hispanics out of Humber Park. Now, now let me say this to those Hispanics who are listening. Y'all, the white folks moved out of Humber Park. Y'all moved in. Y'all sort of caught by black folks moving to Humber Park. The Puerto Ricans and the Cubans. Now they got Logan Square, Humber Park. Now y'all running back to Austin. But y'all trying to push blacks out of Austin. Let me say this again. Any black person that get pushed out of Chicago proper and go to the burbs, you ain't never getting back in the city of Chicago. And I'm pretty sure LeVar, they doing that in Washington. I know they doing that in Washington. I know they did that in California. Yeah, they took over Cicero when they tore down the old Western Electric plant. They didn't want us to buy them homes. They knew, and that's why I'm not hear people talking about the illegals. Y'all knew they was illegal since the late 80s. When they tore down in 87, they closed up the Western Electric plant. And if y'all ever heard Western Electric, if you look at them old movies at the bottom of the Three Stooges or Little Rascals, one of those movies from back in the 30s and 40s, even the 50s, said Western Electric. Well, Chicago was one of their main hubs, right? And what happened was they didn't want blacks over there. Because remember, Dr. King and marched, and Jesse Jackson and up. And what happened was when that plant closed, a lot of white folks, they couldn't pay off their homes, or those people was old. And they didn't want to sell it to a bunch of black folks. They said, we'll give it to the Hispanics who they knew were illegal. So now, all of a sudden, we got to get rid of all the illegals. For almost 40 years, y'all was cool with this. But now they want them areas back. So they push them out. So they say, y'all go live with the niggas. But they said, we don't want to live with the niggas. We're going to push them out. Like, so when they talk about these gang fights and all that shit, I have family in the South Side, St. Lawrence and Wabash. How's it down there? White. I'm telling y'all, when people talk about Chicago, they got y'all thinking that Chicago is, it's some crime in certain neighborhoods, but it's about proximity. But I'm telling y'all, when y'all start getting around White Sox Park, heading further into the downtown west side, you wouldn't recognize. Matter of fact, one of my friends, I won't tell her business. She moved. She's not in the United States anymore. She just sold her property. I think they lowballed her. I'm not getting the reason why, but the area is up there near Wrigley Field. And I'm telling you right now, if you ain't a millionaire, or if you don't have a steady job, you ain't making over 100-some grand, you can't live up in those areas anymore. They want them areas back. They want to push out into the boonies. This is why voting matters. We need to represent you. We need to know politicians are not selling you out. You say your father from Chicago.
Yeah, you need to know them stories though, because they doing that all across the country. Like I say, it's funny how you can go from city to city where black people were and are, and the same story. Because what you just said, I could just say, all you got to do is copy and paste downtown DC right on what you said. And you're like, man, and now they moving up to the south side of DC. And I'm like, how are people going to be able to afford to live here? And I was like, oh, they ain't got no plan for us to live here. And now they moving us out to the boondocks areas, and now they're giving you vouchers. They was giving you vouchers to PG County. You can't come there no more. Now they're giving your ass vouchers to go way out southern Maryland. And if you ain't got no car, you ain't got no way to nothing. Ain't no jobs out there.
And let me tell you this. Even some of these suburban areas have been when they left the city, white, they arguing with the village presidents or mayors about they want to build housing complexes and stuff. They said, man, doing that shit out here. They said, no. You buy a condo, well, you know you got those HOC,
yeah. Or HOC joints, yeah.
And like where I live at, don't cut the grass. That's a $500 ticket. Yeah. The alarm go off 3 times. $500 ticket.
Yeah.
Don't right now. If once you get that city, you're screwed because you don't have a car or running vehicle strand.
true, man. That's true.
Hey, but you know what? I realized I've been a little bit long. I supposed to remember I got a jet, bro.
Oh shit, yeah, ain't no thing, Harvey. Yeah, I just took the time too, man. Well, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you coming through, and we definitely gotta do this again, man.
Oh, we do, man. Like I said, I want to tell everybody, hey, I appreciate y'all thinking about me. Like I said, if I'm on fan base, if anybody want to find me, I'm on the Harvey 76. Okay,
I got that Harvey 76 on fan base. Y'all seen? I put up a bunch of the stuff where y'all can find him at on from his Twitter account. So y'all know, yeah. So y'all know where to find the bro.
So, and I'm gonna try to start doing some live streaming. Me and you gotta do this again, brother.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. That's what I'm about to say. We gotta schedule it probably for another couple of weeks. We'll see where your schedule is. We might do this in another 2 weeks.
Okay, and I know y'all asked me if I'm a Rumble. I still got a Rumble account. I just don't post anything up on there because it's very right wing.
Yeah, it's super right wing, y'all. That's why I stopped. It is super. Y'all just don't know. Like some of the shit they be sending to you, you like, should I even be on here?
Yeah, because what they say, don't let you know what your right hand is doing. You got to be very careful of what we doing.
Yeah.
You know, because people will target you. See, we got right now, we got this current administration. We got to move. We got to move a little bit, you know, different.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna be honest with you, son. I don't put out my personal email like that. But what I'm gonna tell you, let me tell you how you reach me. Fan base. It's Harvey 76 lowercase. Okay.
Yeah.
And like I said, next month, already, Rumble is right wing.
Yeah, super right wing, y'all.
Right wing. Y'all, stuff they say over there.
Yeah. Do you see some of the people that they let get away? Some of the shit, man. Y'all look. Y'all don't know half. Look, Ben Shapiro and all of them is mainstream over there, y'all.
Yeah, and Isaac Hayes' son is fan base. It's sort of like TikTok, but it's sort of like that, but it's more for us. That's not to say nobody white over there. I've seen a few white folk, but you can feel comfortable over there a little bit better. But I'm gonna start one of these days. I'm gonna start doing live streams again. Just that right, that takes money for a lot of these things, and you gotta prioritize certain things.
Right.
But brother, like you said, we do this in a couple of weeks. We be in contact.
You know, I hit you up. Hell yeah. That pleasure having you, man. And can't wait till we do it again, Harvey.
No problem, brother. Everybody, y'all have a good, safe night. Talk soon.
Be safe, people. That's our man, our good brother Harvey. And like I say, we'll be in communication. Hopefully in a couple of weeks we'll do this again. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday. I love y'all, and y'all be safe. LVC, I'm out.